Warning. Broken simulation. Broken simulation. With Sam Tripoli.
Welcome to Johnny Woodard Presents Broken Simulation, starring Johnny Woodard. And yeah, all right, we're in it. That's it, Johnny. That's the intro.
We're back.
We're back. We're doing
like
a quick.
We just did this one.
We just did. See, this is what people don't understand about the show. Like, you should do like 2 or 3 a week. You have no clue how hard this thing is. First of all, I have to go out there, live my life, put my life on the line for you guys, almost die, come back to talk about it so that I could just hear you guys bitch about me wanting to leave at the 2.5 hour mark.
I don't know if hard is the word. I get what you're saying, but hard it is time intensive, I would say.
Johnny, I have to go out there and find enough stories to make it
interesting. But that's not
intro.
hard. You're just living your life. I mean, life is hard. Don't get me wrong.
No,
it's
Johnny.
Not hard because of the show.
Johnny. It's not like every story is worth telling. You have to do enough interesting things to find an interesting story to tell.
Yeah, but half the shit you tell is shit you were going to be doing anyway. I don't want to hear that.
I don't get that.
What do you mean? Like you went to the Watermelon Festival for Broken Simulation?
Yeah, but but the point is you got to go out and do stuff.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. It's time intensive. It's not hard.
It is hard.
Yeah, but that's stuff you're going to be doing anyway, so it doesn't count for this show.
So you have to go, is that funny? Is that funny? Is that worth telling? Is that interesting?
Yeah, but you're doing that anyway.
What was that? It's hard.
Okay. I just feel like a lot of people at home feel like when they hear you say it's hard to realize that you had a fun time at the Watermelon Festival and some funny shit happened.
Listen.
They're like, what the fuck is he talking about?
I totally understand that people would say doing podcasting isn't hard work. I'm not here to tell you that it is. It is difficult to come up with an hour and a half of stories. Okay, it is. It's just it's difficult.
Yeah,
it's
I agree
like,
with that. Yeah.
I don't want to come on here and lie. I don't want to make up stories.
People do that, by the way.
I don't. I can't. I'm not that creative.
But a lot of people do.
I get it.
Like a lot of.
I'm just not
like
that
a
creative.
lot of your favorite podcasts
100%.
are just making shit
Okay,
up.
I have to go out there, put my life on the line. And maybe I was going to do that anyways. Maybe I'm a thrill seeker. Maybe that's where my daughter, who I call the jackass baby, she just loves dating.
Jackass baby.
I call her jackass baby. She just like, hey, is there a chance that this could cause harm? Let me try it.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, that's all it is.
Is that how you were at that age?
I don't know. I don't remember. I don't think they'll.
I mean, like as a teenager.
What's
like,
so crazy about
reckless?
this moment in my kid's life? They won't remember any of it, and I'll remember all of it.
Yeah, it's weird, right? Like
It's
when
like
do
the
you start
best.
remembering? I started remembering. I remember shit like preschool age. I remember that. I
Do
remember
you?
a lot of that. Yeah.
What do you remember?
I mean, I just remember going into school, what toys we would fight over. I remember I would fight. Me and this guy Tyler Inman would try to get there the earliest, and he lived right near preschool, so he always got there before me, and he would get the C-3PO toy.
Really?
I could never get it in time. Yeah.
Johnny, I remember. I don't remember any of that shit.
Really? I remember being scared as hell of his older brother Jordan because he would just beat the shit out of
Johnny,
us.
do you know what I do remember? Being held back in first grade and watching all my friends go to second grade. That's a
No,
memory.
first grade, I remember all of that shit. First grade, kindergarten, all that stuff.
I don't remember
Really?
any of it.
Maybe
But then
you-
again, I don't remember anything anyways.
Maybe you blocked it out.
Maybe. Maybe that's where the molestation happened.
It could be, dude. Hey, I wouldn't discount that. That's certainly possible.
Right, for sure. So yeah, so
You
that's
seem
it.
to get offended when I said it wasn't
Well,
hard.
Johnny, I'd like to start off the show with an atrocity.
Uh-oh, okay.
Yeah, I got an atrocity with you. I got an atrocity with you.
not the
Okay.
first time. Go ahead.
Yeah. Last week you called me an idiot.
I didn't call you an idiot.
You said I was dumb for falling for that story that turned out to be 100% true.
It's not 100%.
Yeah,
You're talking
it
about the Snow White thing. Those are not. Those aren't the actors in the movie. Those are just screen test photos. That's all that is. Just so they could
But
get out
Johnny, that was leaked from that project. Snow White is 100% the Snow
there. Yeah, but
White.
that's not the actor.
They're using that
They're just
shit.
stand-ins. No, that chick in those photos is not the chick from the movie.
They've shown, dude, everybody across all these different.
No,
mainstream,
even the original Daily Mail said
they
it's not the
denied
actor.
it, and now they're saying yes,
It's not.
that's real.
It's a stand-in though. It's not. This not.
But the
there's just screen
story's
testing.
real. The story's 100% real.
I guarantee you they don't look
Johnny,
like that.
everybody is talking about it. How Disney is scrambling right now because
Yeah, but have you ever seen them do screen tests before? Dude, that shit doesn't look anything like what the movie ends up being. It's just them out there trying to
Look
test
up
locations. And
Johnny, Google new Snow White, and look who comes up.
Right, but it's not that person. They even say it in the story you sent me, the Daily Mail story. It says this is a stand-in.
Bring it up. Bring it up.
Shows a stand-in princess. Well, I mean, look, dude. This is the picture right here. This is the original story you sent me from the Post. And look. Yes, it is right here. New live-action remake of Disney classic shows a stand-in princess walking with a diverse band of merry men and women after a decision against using dwarf actors. Although there is a dwarf there, but these are stand-ins. These are screen tests. This is not the film being shot.
Yeah, but that's basically what the woman looks like.
But you're saying that that's the girl in the movie, and that's not her.
I'm saying that the story that I said was real. Maybe that's not exactly the players in it, but the story's real. They're completely changing the story of Snow White.
Well, of course they are. They're not going to have a bunch of midgets running around. I mean,
why?
Because they're idiots. I mean, it's Disney. They're
why
not going to do that.
wouldn't they have midgets running around? I see. This is the whole thing. Dude, Disney is so effed right now.
Oh, they're done, dude. It's over.
So that was my atrocity.
That's a very weak atrocity.
That's a major atrocity, dog.
Atrocity.
You called me stupid. You called me stupid.
I mean, you can tell it's not the real actors because none of these people look like actors. I mean, they all look like dildos and dickheads.
Dildos and dick. Well, I welcome the dildo and dickheads. I'm your host.
One of my favorites. One of my favorite shows.
Dildos and dickheads. So
but yeah, did you read somebody from the production or something was like, yeah, of course we're not doing that. Of course we're not having Snow White be a woman who's just pining over a man for the whole movie. We're gonna have her be, activated and have some agency.
We just talked about this. I don't know on what podcast or whatever. I think this strike is about getting rid of all those people. Just getting rid of everybody who thinks about that.
Wait, the woke people or the
yeah?
I hope that's right. I doubt it.
I mean, like, first it's about breaking that, making sure nobody's got any money, and then just getting rid of all the woke shit because it's not working. It's just not working. But anyway.
Well, you see it. I mean, I was going to save this for the news, and we did talk about it some during Caches, but I mean, you got Bob Iger out there talking about them spinning off ESPN possibly, which is just, I mean, when they bought ESPN, that was, I mean,
a juggernaut.
Yeah,
and it was carrying ESPN for a while, carrying Disney for a while.
And they just ran it straight in the ground.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody watched ESPN.
And they just keep going. It's like there's nobody going, are we going to do this again?
Good money after bad. Yeah, every year.
Yeah.
I mean, think about what they did to Star Wars, dude. That was, I mean, oh, God, Star Wars was primed to make, I mean, they could have done Star Wars for another 20 years, and now they had to cut back movies. I mean, they were supposed to be like 2 movies coming out this year, another one next year. They cut all those back.
Well, it's like I was telling you, dude. It's like I'm blessed to have daughters, and I love it. And I having
it's a good
daughters,
time to be a daughter.
It's great to watch these Pixar movies, but so many of them are about girls.
Do you worry though that it presents an unrealistic, like an unrealistic expectation for society, for them when they get out there?
Oh, you mean like girls all think they can kick butt and all that stuff? Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, some of that. Yeah.
I think 100% that's what it's meant to do. It's like, hey, man, you don't want to be a wife and sit home with your kids. You want to be out there kicking ass.
That's I just don't. What does a society look like where most of the women in it have bought into that lifestyle?
Look around.
No, but we're not there yet. Like
in LA, we are.
Yeah. Your generation, though. Imagine like an entire country of people of your children's generation, growing up. What is that going to look like? I mean, population decline.
Well, they say it's turning around. They say girls
population decline.
That women are just like, I'm not down with this. I'm just not down with it.
Yeah, it's hard for me to take. I mean, I take all that with a grain of salt just because I feel like we're in a little bubble with that. I mean, we know mostly good, solid people, salt of the earth people.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you walk on the streets of L.A. and it is like going to dipshit town. I mean,
100%. I got a buddy out here. I got a friend of mine who wants to move out here. And he's moving out here for work, but I really want to tell him.
From
where? The Boston area. And if you can move, I would tell people, if you can move to San Diego. Stay away from LA. Get out of here. San Diego's phenomenal. But enough of that. So speaking of my kids, so your whole parenting right now is all you do is try to keep your kids preoccupied. Because if not, they're on their tablets or they're watching, like, all my daughter watches is Power Ranger toys videos. And there's just dudes breaking down
On
Power.
YouTube?
That's all she wants to watch.
Isn't that weird, dude?
It's so crazy.
Like my nephew, he was into shit like that too. Just weird videos that it looks like somebody made on their iPhone or whatever.
There's these people are crushing it.
Millions of views. Yeah.
Millions of views. And I don't know. Can you look up how much money you make off a million views on YouTube?
It's not. I think it's like it's thousands, but it's not like crazy numbers. Let's see.
But then you make your money off of all the product endorsements.
Oh
and
yeah,
stuff.
that's where they make their real money.
If you like,
on average, you can earn 2,000 to 15,000 per million views on YouTube. So.
Hold on, that's a giant range.
I think it depends on
to 15,000.
how long the video is. You know, monetization, like
Yeah.
whether it's fully monetized, and I mean, you know, what
My daughter
you have
loves
pre-rolls
Power
turned
Rangers.
on, you know, like
we're now in the
mid-rolls.
Power Ranger phase.
How has she seen an episode of Power Rangers, or she just likes Power Rangers toys?
She loves Power Ranger toys.
She's not seen like the show though.
No, she
That's so
just loves
interesting.
the toys.
Isn't that funny?
No, it's crazy. It's
remember that.
crazy.
I remember that as a kid, like only knowing wrestling
makes me
from
sad
like a
'cause
Jake
we're-
the Snake toy, you know.
We're out of our Sesame Street phase.
Oh,
like
are
they're
you
and like
starting to
I'm
get
just
sad
like
about
oh like when I see Sesame Street, I get so sad. I'm like,
How
I
old are
miss
they
you
now?
guys.
How old are
3.5.
Flies, right?
They're hauling, bro.
It flies, right?
They're
Dude, I'm gonna see
hauling.
my nephew for the first time in like 4 months now, and it's just, I mean, he's like, I've seen pictures, you know, he looks like a different person. It's crazy.
Dude, there's times I pick up my daughters. I'm like, did you just grow?
It kills me, dude.
It's crazy. It's crazy, dude.
It just
Johnny,
feels
I've
like
been
it
thinking about your
flies.
time stealing idea.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking that there could be something to it. Like we're living so unhealthy now
Yeah.
that they want us to think we're living longer by shortening time.
Oh, that's interesting.
So it's like we're so unhealthy now that like they're saying you're dying at 75, but really it'd be like 67. Like it's like because they're shortening time
fascinating.
to make you think you're living longer when in reality you're dying quicker.
It's almost like the program's trying to run more iterations, you know, like more simulations.
Yes.
So that we got to get these people out of here faster.
Turn around, turn and burn, turn and burn, turn and burn.
Huh.
I was just thinking about that the other day because I feel like time is going so fast. Time also goes really fast when you have a very strict set schedule.
Absolutely. Yeah. One of the things when I was doing some research about this, because I have an interest, you know, in kind of slowing things down, absorbing things more, you know, one of the only ways to do that in your adult life is to create novelty, you know, like do different things, go
Gotta do
different
new
places.
fun stuff.
Yeah. The opposite of that, which you just said, is routine. And that just, I mean, weeks turn into months, turn into years.
But
and
do
you're
you
gone.
like routine?
I kind of do. Yeah. I mean, I feel healthier when I have a routine, but it does make things fly. So that's a problem.
I like routine.
It depends on who's deciding what the routine is. Like when I was in school, I hated it. I absolutely hated school. But if I'm making the routine, yeah, I'll make, you know.
I like structure, but at the
I
same
need it.
time,
I don't like it. I need it though. I won't.
I
live
do
life
need
like
it too. Or else I'll just be like lollygagging around. And it's like when I get idle, my brain starts wandering like,
Me too.
what felonies can we commit?
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
get
even
it.
lying to you, dude. Like
I get
my hobbies are all felonies. Like I love it. It just is like fun. And I just gotta stay committed. That's why I'm doing 2 martial arts a day, you know, like just move.
By the way, with the 75-day thing, how's your energy level? Dude, my energy's, I'm getting so much shit done. Now my girlfriend is out of town.
Yeah,
and that
we've
helps.
talked about that.
But, like,
the
bro,
dream killer's gone.
my energy is just like through the roof. I feel like I'm getting a lot of shit done, man. Like, and like late in the day, I'm just like, let's go.
Let's go. Let's get it done. Let's get it done.
Do you
Go.
feel like you have more energy on
No.
this setting? No, really?
No, because I go all the time.
Are you calorie restricting too much, possibly? What do you think?
Maybe I'm drinking a lot of water, but dude, I'm 50 and I'm working out twice a day. It's a lot.
I feel great.
Yeah, but you're also in your 30s.
Yeah, I don't know. But I mean, I feel better than I did when I was. So I'm looking forward to seeing where this ends up. Like I feel really good.
Did I yell at you too much at the beginning of the show?
No, but you were clearly like, this is something I know because you brought this up a few times. It bothers you that I say this, but I only say it because people tweet it to me. And that it's like, that it's not, I mean, there are harder, more difficult things to do than podcasting. And I just don't think hard's the right word.
I just don't think people... I'm not saying I'm doing rocket science. I'm not saying I'm running into buildings and saving people from fires within podcasting. Okay.
Well, those are different things too. Those are important things, not hard.
Right. Well, whatever it is not easy to come up with 5 entertaining stories. It's just not.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Like, I already think this episode is freaking weird. And it's because I'm out of my rhythm, because I'm out of my routine.
Well, if you don't, we didn't really mention it, do it. Okay, so I'm going to be out of town this week because my dad's having a little eye surgery. Not a big deal, but they need some help around the farm, and I just want to go back. So we recorded Friday, was it? Was it Friday? And now we're recording again Sunday, which is, I mean, that's a really quick turnaround for us. Sam hasn't had a lot of time to live life.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
And so you're gonna get what you wanted right now. This is a sampler of what it would be like if we did 2 or 3 a week.
Not good.
We really couldn't do 2 or 3 a week. I mean,
we could not do 2. The only way, and I've suggested this before, is that we cut the show in half.
Yeah, and give Sam the feedback on that.
Statistically, listen. I know there are people, and we're very blessed that you listen to the whole show. Yeah. I'm very thankful for that. But statistics, data shows us that most of you are only consuming about 35 minutes of this 2.5-hour show.
Yeah, a lot of people skip around too. We see that.
And it's just like, what's this episode going to be called? Our Hard Life?
It's a hard knock life for Sam.
It's a hard knocks life for us. It's a hard knocks life for us. Anyways, so we started out weird. Anyways, I'm sorry. I feel like I'm shit in the bed here. Speaking of shit in the bed,
you're so in your own head, dude.
I almost shit my pants the other day.
Again. It's funny. The last time I brought that up, you said you don't do it a lot, but you do.
Do you want me to finish my kids' story, or do you want me to go into shit in the pants and go back to the kids' story? Okay, so
let me write that down though. We got to put a pin in shit in the pants.
So I work all week, and blessings that Dana tries to figure out things to do with the kids for the weekend. And it's like, everything's expensive. We're trying to get my kids into gymnastics. There's set times, and it's, if you don't get there on time.
Gymnastics? They're already of the age to do that?
Oh, yeah, bro.
What does that look like? Just a bunch of kids running around a room jumping and stuff?
Yep.
Yeah, it's gotta be a madhouse, right?
Yeah. Oh, it's chaos. And these women who run it, and there's a couple guys there. They're just blessings. They're wonderful people.
Those guys, I'm looking very curiously at. Let me just take a strong, long look at.
Yeah. Well, that as a parent, your whole job is to basically John Wick everybody on who's the touchy feely guy.
Yeah,
that's your whole thing.
100%.
I trust nobody. Nobody. None.
You don't fear that, leaving your kids with strangers?
Yeah, what?
I mean, how do you feel about this? Do you think about them like when you leave them with strangers like that for a lesson or something? Does that freak you out?
Oh, I don't leave them.
Oh, you don't leave them at the lesson?
No, they're called mommies and me, which I find to be discrimination.
That is discrimination.
What about daddy and me? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm in my kid's life. I guess I'm an asshole.
It is LA.
Right? What do you mean nobody's raising their kids in LA?
Yeah, exactly.
Really?
A lot of the wealthy people, they have like 3 nannies.
I get that. And what is that about? What is that about?
It's people who want to have the convenience of the single life, but children.
No, you know what it is? It's like, the truth of the matter is like the system's set up to spread you out. It's like you gotta like Dane always says it's like, how did my mom take care of 4 kids? You're like, well, that was her only job. And she was around all of her friends, and they had help. Your father had a job who had a set hours And that's all he did.
Yeah, dude, you could work in a machine shop and pay enough money. You could get paid enough money to raise
To
your
live
family
a great life.
and you could buy a car and have a house, and your wife didn't have to work. Those were
that
the days.
was the the beauty of the day. Now you got to be like a Haitian and have 15 jobs, right? You got to have 15 jobs. When I moved to LA, I worked every day for months. I had a job every day.
It's like my dad. My dad hasn't had a vacation in 15 years or something like. I mean,
all I did was work, bro.
Never had a vacation.
I went from crunch to valet parking at the Sunset Towers, which was called the what was it called? The Andras or something like that.
Yeah, that's what it's called. Ondas now. Yeah.
No. This is a different one.
Oh, the one across the street from that, right?
You know where Saddle Ranch is?
Yeah.
It's the one
right
across
the street. Yeah.
And I forget the name of it. I think
It's Sunset Towers now, right?
No, but it was something else when I worked
Oh, it was
there.
something else back then.
Yeah. And it was like I went there to there.
What's
and
that building? That's a nice building. Is it like?
Well,
old
do you
time?
know that John Wayne had a whole floor there with a horse
I
that
heard
just
there's
went
a lot
around
of
there?
stories in that place. A horse? What do you mean?
There was a horse inside that hotel.
Like a living horse?
Yes.
What the?
He brought a horse up there.
That's unbelievable.
Well, yeah.
In the service elevator.
Oh, you
obviously.
just think about what these guys used to do.
What if they had to bring
The
it up
things
when it
they
was a
got
baby
away
and
with.
then let it grow up
Well,
there?
that's another. Hey, you know what else is a big problem with why entertainment sucks now? Is anybody who's just a little weird gets ran out. You can't be a little weird now, right?
Although now, I mean, I think like you said earlier with the strike, everything's changing. I mean, now it's almost meaningless to be in or out. You know what I mean? Because you can do your own thing if you have the talent.
Yeah, I mean, you could see. I'm being dead serious. Houses just going for sale left and right.
That would be great.
In
'cause
Los
we
Angeles.
would love to have a nice.
I would love that
nice
too.
place, yeah.
So, anyways, you got to do activities right now. My friend Mike Romanelli. We own the dojo. It's his family's restaurant. Upstairs is the dojo.
Back east.
It's called Tiff's. Below is steak restaurant, and then above is the dojo. And we run together. His kids have been in martial arts since they were 3.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
What does that mean running it for you? Because it's on the East Coast, right? Like, what do you do there? Does that just mean like advice, like when they were setting it up? What does that look like?
Yeah, I basically help them.
Book comedy? Like what does
We
that mean?
both own the name, the Dojo of Comedy.
Oh, I see.
And the
Okay.
percentage of the sales of everything goes into our pot. But I make no illusions. I don't make a lot of money off it because I'm not really looking for that. I'm kind of just establishing the brand to blow it up and then bring it other. That's my goal, is to franchise or whatever the Dojos of Comedy.
Would you ever have another one in LA?
I would love one.
Okay.
My brother wants to do a comedy club in Niagara Falls.
That would seem like a good place for a comedy
For sure.
comedy scene. Yeah.
I think these dead cities are gonna get flipped.
What do you mean by that? Flip? Like flip my house?
Yeah, I think that you're just gonna see hipsters come in and just redo everything. That's the beauty of it.
Hipsters, yeah.
Yeah, I think Niagara Falls is gonna have a big flip. I think Detroit will get flipped. It was just gonna be interesting to see how the future is. A lot of people think it's going to shit, but anyways, so you gotta find events. You gotta find stuff for kids to do. You got to keep them occupied.
Yeah.
Even though I don't remember my parents doing this with me. They're just, back in the day, you just let your kids roam and come back at 5.
It was the opposite for me. My dad was like a hard ass with like sports and stuff.
Really?
It was a fucking nightmare. Yeah. Like just work until it was dark. And then that was my whole day after school, was just practicing. It was a cow in the penthouse. That was the rumor.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I heard it was a horse. They told me it was a horse
This is from
there.
the L.A. Times. Tawdry Tales of Sunset Towers. This is from 1988.
Okay, it's before I worked there. But at the hotel, it was a horse.
Yeah, they said it would be difficult to get a horse or a cow in those elevators, but the rumor was a cow. That's interesting. So wait, are they enrolled officially in? Well, how did they take it to the gymnastics? Like, is it really even worthy of being called gymnastics, or is it just like exercise for kids?
Dude, you watch kids that are like 5, they're doing ninja flips.
Really? Like
Yeah.
they're doing advanced stuff, huh?
Yeah, they just take them through it.
What, like trampolines? Is that what it is? Like what?
Everything, trampolines, cartwheels.
Do they like it? Like, do you worry about it being something that stresses them out? Like,
No, my kids aren't stressed at all. They just want to wreck shop. Okay. Ghost does it if she wants to. If she doesn't want to, she's like, no. Nope, not happening. And like, what am I going to do?
How does that work for discipline? Like, what do you do?
It's so, Johnny, I can't explain to you enough how hard it is to discipline your child today. It's so hard. It's not, it's just like, all you do is get brainwashed from your young that like being mean to your kid. Like I saw something today. Oh, yelling at your kid raises the anxiety. I'm like, well, great. Now
wait, what? No, obvious. I mean, that's why it works, because it makes them anxious.
Yeah, but they're guilting you into not doing it, and now they want you to negotiate with terrorists. That's what they want you to do.
That's crazy.
It's like, no, man, you got to discipline your kids.
That's
it's
so
hard.
They did this Always Sunny episode where they went back to what was like Chuck E. Cheese and 3 different generations. Like the older generation, which is Danny DeVito, he was like, yeah, we used to come here and when we were bad, they would smack us in the head. And then the next generation, which is kind of the middle-aged generation, they were like, yeah, that used to be where we would get put in timeout, you know? And then they show the kids that are there now, and they get taken in and have mediation with a counselor, you know? And he's like, okay, kids, sit down.
Yeah,
I mean, it's like everybody's getting their feelings respected.
Yeah.
Can you imagine asking your parents to respect your feelings?
Yeah, I mean,
when
like,
you're a kid, dude, forget about it.
I
bro.
had this epiphany the other day that's my job. I'm bad guy.
Oh, you're
I have to be
cop,
bad
huh?
guy. I have to be bad cop. I have to.
That's the dad, though. That's your
Yeah.
role, I guess.
Yeah. I hope they understand. Like, all I
Spare
do
the
is
rod,
tell my
man.
kids how much I love them every second. And then I tell them, shut up. Johnny, hand to God, shut up. Okay? Johnny, okay, let me
Does
tell
it work?
No.
Oh.
It doesn't. So we have this intense discussion. And I have to go, you need to listen to your father. Okay? Because I'm not putting up with this anymore. Right? And I just, because you want to be stern with them.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to teach them the game of life.
But
That's
then they
all I
cry
want.
and you want to off yourself, right? It's like,
And then you're like, dude, when your kids cry, you're like, I'm the biggest monster on planet Earth. I'm the biggest
you're
piece
so
of
screwed,
shit.
bro. You're so screwed. What can you do?
Yeah.
What is the answer, though? What do the people who know these kinds of things say you're supposed to do?
Well, I mean, dude, you want to, the truth of the matter is, man, is I think there's a lot of stuff that's in raising children that's BS. And it's about inserting yourself into a process and making money off it. That's what I really do believe. And that in reality, that you as a parent have everything you need to raise this child right. Now, if your kid has special needs, that's a little different and you got to get some help.
What kind
with
of shit are they selling? Like a book, you mean, or what?
Well, yeah, books. I mean, just all the, there's just so much that goes that, and particularly women love to watch YouTube videos, telling them read books on telling them, when in reality, you have it inside you.
No, genetically, yeah. I mean, it's got to be.
That's
because
it.
We
That's
wouldn't be
it.
here. Yeah.
That's it. So we decide to go and we go swimming. And the first, we made the mistake of doing 2 events in one day. With your kids, you don't want to do 2 events in one day. It's just too much. It's too much. Like, if you ever been to Vegas, we're like, okay, we're going to go golf, then we're going to go watch the show. By the end of the show, you're like, bro, that's just too much.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
It's just one thing.
That's so funny.
Right? You got one thing. That's it. And then let them chill. And you got to let them chill. I think we're like, it's like we're really getting just bombarded with, like, if they watch television, you're an awful parent. And I just know that my parents let me watch television all the time.
Yeah,
and I don't,
me too, yeah.
I like, I'm sorry. Here's what happened when, is it that the kids are out in nature running around? Is that necessarily the greatest thing ever? Or are kids just sitting around enjoying themselves, killing time? I mean, you can't micromanage your children at all. They kind of got to go find themselves.
Yeah.
And when they get bored with TV, they go find something to do.
Yeah, 100%.
It's how it goes. It's like this guilting of everything. And I get if they have a tablet all the time, it's probably not the best thing, except for the fact that the future is all going to be tablets. And they're going to be working on everything.
Best thing my parents did for me was give me a computer when I was young.
Yeah, I
so
mean,
that I would be
Johnny,
proficient.
how old were you when you got a computer?
Like the first one that was actually mine. Now, my grandfather had given me one because he worked in technology. Probably like 8 or 9, something like that.
Johnny, just imagine what your grandfather considered technology.
Oh no, he was hip, dude. Like he worked like in like corporate for Radio Shack and like had all like you want to hear something funny? So he was my grandmother's husband. Her husband, my real grandfather, died before I was born, and he worked, like I said, corporate Radio Shack, and he would always have a computer at his house that I could use. And I went over there one time and made the mistake of looking in his browsing history.
Yeah.
And he had this website called JackinWorld. I was probably like 11 or 12, you know. And I looked at it, and all the website was this. It was like everything you ever want to know about jerking off. Like it was like this, and it's still up. I'll show it to you. And it looks exactly the same as it did when I saw it in the 90s. It's called JackinWorld.com. Here it is right here. This is exactly how it looked when I was a kid. The ultimate male masturbation resource.
So do you think your grandpa was bisexual?
What? No, I mean, it's not gay.
It's your grandpa's looking at jacking off.
No, it's not pictures or anything.
What's it
it's
about?
like techniques and stuff to jerk off. No, I mean, look at it. Look.
There's no videos.
No, it's like cartoons. It's all just like culture of jacking off stuff. It's really weird. Is what look. We just published.
Guys,
no,
by the way,
dude, he was a womanizer. That's why it didn't work out. He like
Jack in the World is on Twitter and Facebook. In case you're wondering.
No, just Facebook.
Can you find Jack in the World on Facebook? I got
JackinWorld.
Jack in World. Can you go to the Facebook page? No, just click it.
I did.
Oh shit! How many people are following?
1.4 thousand
Oh,
followers.
the last time somebody uploaded to Jack in World, what'd you get? A DM? You get some Facebook
I don't know who it
message?
is yet. Let's see. Oh no, it's me trying to buy something.
Okay.
A treadmill.
Oh, the last time Jack in the World had commented on something on Facebook was 209.
Yeah, I mean it's really old, but I had
2009.
to be like 11 or 12. So here's the funny thing. So he came to me like a couple days later, and he was like, "Hey, did you happen to go into my browser history?" And I was like, "No." And he's like, "You sure? You didn't see anything?" And I was like, "No." That was it. Like he didn't say anything else, but you could tell he knew that I knew that he knew.
Hey everybody, now that it's summer, you might be looking for wholesome, convenient meals for sunny, active days.
Factor, America's #1 ready-to-eat meal kit, can help you fuel up fast with flavorful, nutritious, ready-to-eat meals delivered straight to your door. You'll save time, eat well, and stay on track of reaching your goals.
Too busy with summer plans to cook, but want to make sure you're eating well? With Factor, you skip the trip to the grocery store and skip the chopping, prepping, and cleaning up too, while still getting the flavor and nutritional quality you need. Factor's fresh, never frozen meals are ready in just 2 minutes, so all you have to do is heat and enjoy, then get back outside and soak up the warm weather. Looking for calorie-conscious options this summer? Try delicious, dietitian-approved, calorie-smart meals with around or less than 550 calories per serving. And if you need an extra boost to support your wellness goals, try the Protein Plus meals with 30 grams of protein or more per serving. I know this was something that was really important for me and my girlfriend. We wanted to budget by cutting back on takeout.
This July, get Factor and enjoy eating well without the hassle. Simply choose your meals and enjoy fresh, flavor-packed meals delivered to your door. Ready in just 2 minutes, no prep, no mess.
Head to factormeals.com/broken50 and use the code broken50 to get 50% off your first box. That's code broken50 at factormeals.com/broken50 to get 50% off your first box.
It's just a weird website, dude. Like, what are you doing, man?
Yeah, who
I
owns
learned
that
a
and
lot,
how's
though,
it
bro.
still up? You learned a
it's
lot
weird.
about jacking off.
Oh yeah, because this was like right around that age.
Do you
for me
remember
where
the
I'm
first place you punched a munchkin?
I do. Yeah.
Where'd you punch a munchkin first place?
On the farm, I went out into the woods basically.
And you just
For
started
privacy-
pounding pud?
for privacy.
Oh, really?
Because I just didn't like. I didn't think in the house was safe. For some
Okay,
reason.
do you remember the game plan that like you met? Like, okay,
I went
today's
behind
the day.
a round
Is this after you were at JackinWorld?
JackinWorld. Don't get it right. Respect JackinWorld.com.
JackinWorld.
But yeah, dude, it was like
Johnny,
there's a Q&A on here. Look at this.
Johnny, go to Facebook real quick again and go, hey, anybody around?
I'm not putting
Come
my
on,
name on
bro.
that. I'm not putting my name on it. Look at this. Oh, where's it? Let me see. Like, okay, resources. Let's see.
Dude, go back, Johnny. One more time. Go back.
Okay.
This is the best. Why are you charging for information that should be free? That's so. Someone
is that on
pissed.
the Q&A?
Yeah, go.
Wait,
Click
where do you
that.
see that? Hold on.
Right. Oh no, you just passed it. Go up. One
Oh,
more.
I see. Okay.
Here we go.
Let's see what their answer to this is.
Access denied.
I guess I have to join to go. So
you
this is
should
like
join
a membership
JackinWorld
website.
and tell them you've known about it for 30 years.
It really has been that long. Isn't that crazy? And this is exactly the logo's the same, everything.
By the way, JackinWorld looks exactly like what the dark web looks like. By the way, this is what the dark web looks like.
Yeah, it's because like to have a lot of assets on the dark web, those introduce vulnerabilities, that could be taken advantage of, like JavaScript and stuff. So they shy away from those on the dark web.
Johnny, so you went to the woods and you punched the
Behind
munchkin?
a giant round hay bale. Yeah. So I can.
So you were in the woods. You were just
like at the edge
behind the barn.
At the edge of the woods. That's where they put the hay
and
bales.
did you look around and then you go, it's time?
It was like getting dark. Yeah.
Okay. Now, did you wait for dark because you thought no one would see you?
Like, of course, obviously. And then I was like, maybe they've invented some kind of like night vision I don't know about, or I was like really paranoid. It was weird.
I punched a munchkin first time in my bathroom. I shut the door and I remember I just had a boner, and so I just started going for it. And I was like, "Wow, man!
How do we know, man? How do we know? I knew because of JackinWorld, but I don't know how
Really?
you knew. Yeah.
That's what you. I just did it
I guess
naturally.
so. I don't know.
I just did it naturally.
Isn't
I
that-
was just like,
it's crazy,
"Whoa!"
right?
I just invented something.
Dude, did you have this thing where I would jerk off to the JCPenney cat, like the brassieres, in the underwear? And stuff?
Johnny, I was introduced to pornography very early. My
Really?
dad
How'd you
loved
get it?
Playboys.
Oh, you had
Oh,
your
my
dad's?
dad loved.
See,
Playboys.
my best friend, his
He
dad
would
had
just
them.
stack them in his closet. I felt so bad for my mom as I would take them and fucking stare at
Well, at
them.
least he had a lot. Because see, my friend's dad, he didn't have many, and so we were always like the risk that he would notice, but we would like steal them.
And then I would, like, once in a while, my dad would have these high-end Canadian ones, these high-end Canadian porno mags, and I would try to steal them.
Canadian? How'd you
And
know
then
they
I
were
went to
Canadian?
my dad going, hey, let's do business. Let me sell this at school.
Did you really?
Yeah. My dad's like, I'm a teacher there, and no, you're not selling my porno mags.
You shouldn't have told him.
Why?
Because you could have done it behind his back.
Yeah, I
How
guess.
do you know they were Canadian mags? I don't
Because
understand.
you could just tell the way they were.
What does that mean?
They had like Canadian money on them, how much it costs,
Oh,
all
I
this
see.
shit. I could just tell I think it was
I just remember
Fox.
seeing this one called Gent. Do you remember Gent magazine?
do not.
Yeah, and I was like, what is it? And it was like it was kind of dirtier than Playboy, you know what I'm saying?
But you
Let me
think
see.
about those chicks that were getting naked then, how much outlaws they were.
Oh, big time.
Bro, they were like, and then like at some point, an insanely hot one said, I'll do that too. Right?
dude. Yeah.
I'll do that too.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
And then it was just over.
That was the end of it.
Yeah.
Gent was a pornographic magazine.
Johnny, have we talked how we lost our virginity?
No, but that involves other people. I
don't care.
I'm still young enough.
She
that
doesn't care. Why would they care?
The person I would absolutely care.
I remember.
You can talk about yours, but
Yeah, because she came up to me, and this is life. I knew her through, we were hanging out. She drove a Jeep, and she was pretty badass.
a Jeep. Ooh, cool.
And she came up to me, and she goes, hey, tonight we're doing it. I go,
Really?
what?
See, that was my fantasy. I really wanted something
We
like
are?
that to happen.
She's like, yeah,
Was
we're
she
doing
cute?
it.
Was she cute?
Yeah.
Nice.
Lisa Woods was very cute.
Nice. Shout out, Lisa.
I could have gotten laid earlier by Carissa Taverone, but I was so dumb I didn't understand.
Signals.
I just played it all wrong.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I did that so many
Johnny,
times.
there would be times in college where I'm talking tens, would lay in my bed at night, and I'd be like, I respect you so freaking much. I'm not going to touch you because you don't like that. And I bought into that.
I've been there. Yeah.
Right? You're like, I respect you too much to try to make you do something as unholy as sex.
I remember this girl Alicia came into my dorm room one night, and I was sitting at the computer, and she was like, can you look up something for me? And then she just starts sliding her hand down my leg, and I was just sitting there paralyzed at the computer, like, what were you needing to look up? And that there's nothing. I mean, just because I was just like,
So I made a rule that if a chick sleeps in my bed, she's probably there for fun, right?
yeah.
And you gotta do some heat checks in case they're not, and then you
Yeah.
don't want to get you in trouble.
Yeah, there are a few chicks that are weird.
You have
like
to have to do heat checks. But I was like, and these girls would never talk to me after I didn't try to hit it after they slept in my bed with me that night.
No respect for
And they
you, huh?
got so mad. They're like, I laid in your bed and you didn't hit on me. I'm like, I didn't know you got to tell me this stuff.
Yeah, they find that insulting.
They do. But then, then they get mad at you if you hit on them.
Yeah,
It's so weird.
They really do have all the cards. You know what I mean? They hold all the cards.
Yeah, that's the whole thing.
It's depressing.
It's just like there's a video out there somewhere that I can't find now of some guy paying two chicks to kick him in the nuts. He's getting kicked in the nuts.
Yeah, when I came into the studio today, I just heard Sam going, "Oh, where is it? Damn it, it's not here. It's disappeared." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And he's been searching for this video for probably an hour now.
Anyway, so we go to swimming and nothing really crazy happened. Ninja loves it, Ghost hates it, and then she loves it. And so there's not. But after that, Dana's like, "We got to go to Bubble World."
Bubble World.
Yeah, it's called. Will you look it up? Bubble World.
Bubble.
It's in like Montebello, bro.
I prefer JackinWorld, I have to say.
No, come on, dude. We're talking about my kids. Keep JackinWorld out of that. It's gross. We're talking about my loving.
Don't you hate on JackinWorld, brother?
Johnny.
Bubble World experience,
Yeah.
LA. And
By the
an
way,
experience to
LA
dream
is
big.
very liberal. They're very liberal with LA. It's not LA. It's Montebello. And I have a rule, okay?
That's not LA at all.
Yeah, if I have to get on 3 highways, I'm not going.
If Sam has to get on 3 highways, not LA.
Yeah, that's not LA. Bubble World, not
Not
Los
LA.
Angeles. Yeah, for sure, dude. So, anyways, we do swimming. The kids never eat. By the way, Johnny, nobody ever tells you that it's impossible to get 3-year-olds to eat. They will not
Really?
eat. They don't want to eat. You try to give them a buffet of food. They just don't care. Now you're out $50 for food that you just spent because
Maybe they're not hungry.
But when do they eat then, Johnny? They
know.
never eat.
They'll eat when they're hungry, won't they?
No.
Do you have what's the rule on that? Do you have to feed them proactively, or will they just eat when they're hungry?
Yeah, because then I see a story about some couple who got arrested because their kid weighs 30 pounds. I'm like, well, how do you know that kid wanted to eat?
How
Maybe he
old
didn't
is the
want-
kid is really the question I
Yeah.
should be asking.
So, I mean, you will lay out everything. They like sandwiches. They like, fruits.
Are you thinking about nutrition at all? Like what?
Yeah,
Like,
you start with nutrition. That's what you start with.
yeah.
You're like, let's hit the 4 food groups. Please eat this. You
4
need
food
to
groups
grow.
is bullshit, by the
and
way.
yeah, I know, but you're like, you want to give them fruit, you want to give them some protein, some everything. And at the end, we're like, will you please eat these gummy bears? Just eat something. Just please, God.
Calories.
I'm going to go to jail if you do not eat something.
That's so interesting. I would have thought. I mean, I just remember all I did was eat as a kid. I feel like.
No, they don't they used to eat all the time, and now they're on this I don't want to eat kick. Strawberries,
Well, you
blueberries,
see that with
raspberries.
kids sometimes, like they don't go to the bathroom because they're trying to like retain some control or something. Is what I've heard, but maybe it's that way with your kids and food.
I don't know,
trying to
bro.
take
We're
control.
trying our hardest. So we try to give them to eat. They eat a little bit. Dane's like, we got to hurry up. We got to get to Bubble City. So we jump
Bubble
in
City?
the car,
I thought it was
dude.
Bubble World. Bubble World.
Yeah, Bubble World. So we get in the car, bro. And I mean, this is a Saturday at 3 p.m. And we are battling traffic like it's a Monday at 8 a.m. in the morning.
Oh,
like
can
everyone
we
go.
look at this?
Yeah, I mean, dude. Yeah, you go in there. So you go to these things. It's basically, honestly, it's like Coachella for
I
children.
mean, that's just an Oculus right there. Right?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy, right?
Yes.
It's not. It's like a dead concert for children. That's what you're at. An EDM festival for children. That's what it is.
I mean, is it anything? Like, is that? Did
No.
they like it?
Kids love it.
Oh, really?
Oh, they love it. They would sit there all day if they could.
That's
It's
funny. Have you
here's-
taken them to Super
Here's
Mario
who love
Land?
it.
Order?
Here's who love it. Mexican families, Ghost of Ninja, and Asian couples. And none of the Asian people had kids except for one, and they were all just Asian guys taking pictures of their Instagram model girlfriends. That's all it was. That was the entire bubble world. But the point is, we're driving. Traffic is so bad. It takes us almost an hour to get out there. The kids want to revolt. They just want to get out, Johnny. And I hand to God, I said something I swore I'd never say to my children in the car. And I just turned around and go, I'll turn this car around right now. I'll turn this car.
Did you really say that?
I said that. I go.
What have you become? You're a
"Girl-
cliche.
Girls, Johnny, you don't even think about
Become
it.
your parents.
It just comes out because they're just going, no, I want to get out of the car. I'm like, I want to get out of the car too.
What is this, an Ice Cube movie? Like, what are we
I want to
doing?
get out. Yeah, Johnny,
Shitty Hollywood?
100%. I'm a gangster with kids. That's what's going on. Okay? I'm a G with kids.
I can't believe
stuck
you
in
finally
traffic.
said it. You finally said it.
And I'm like, I'll turn this car around right now. You want to go home? Do you want to go home? I want to get out. I want to get out too. I'd love to get out. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to do this anymore either. You think I like going to work every day? I'd love to sit at home, hang out, play.
Are they at that age now where they do shit to kind of like piss you off to like see what they can get away with? Are they testing?
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember that with River. He would like just kind of see what he could
Yeah,
say.
yeah. It's all a mind game.
Yeah.
It's a battle of wills with your children.
You get that. So, but they got to learn where the line is, right? That's
100%. It's very rare. I don't like yelling at my children, but I realize I have to teach them just how to play the game of life.
Well, you're gonna be way better than most parents, dude. Because I remember like one of my first, like I have a few like real welcome to LA moments, and one of them I was driving down somewhere in this neighborhood, actually down one of the streets, and there was this boy standing. He had to be like 4, maybe 5, and his mother was kneeling at his feet, tying his shoe. And then when she looked up at him, he just slapped the shit out of her in the face, and she just went like, oh, and then kept tying his shoe. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah,
Like,
that would never happen.
I mean, he slapped the shit out of her, bro. I'm telling you, as hard as a 4 or 5-year-old could do.
I mean, I get it.
I would have been murdered. I mean,
Yeah, I would. There would be trouble.
there would have just been a grease stain.
Discipline it's just you got to work on it. So we get the bubble world, dude, and it's pretty cool, bro.
Is it really?
It's pretty cool. I mean, after Dana and I almost broke up 15 times on the drive out, we're like, hey, I don't need this anymore either. You can get out too. You want to get out? Get out. Hitchhike. I'm like, get out. Hitchhike home.
here's some pictures. Okay.
Hitchhike home. I'll tell you, dude, this right here.
This right here?
That and that is worth the price. Those first two,
Okay, that's just a big ball pit.
Johnny, but
With
it's
balloons.
It's badass.
What is this thing, though? I don't... Are those like tackling dummies? or
Yeah,
something?
and kids just ram around. And you just all you do is play defense.
That's weird. The giant baby doll head, dude, that's weird.
no, because that's a giant ball pit, and it was like hard to get through, and kids are like, "Help me!" It's like it was very weird.
What's going on here? What is this? Like
What?
a hall of mirrors or something? What is that?
Yes. That's a hall of mirrors, and it's really crazy. It's all like a visual, like it's like rows of lights.
Like a fun house kind
And then I see my daughter just run and bang, hit a mirror. I'm like, you gotta pay attention. It's all about just messing with your kid's head. I'm telling you, it's psychedelic trips for babies. That's all it is.
That's cool, dude. That's cool.
And again, Asian couples with kids like don't care if you were in line. They
Imagine-
don't care.
Don't they?
They don't care. Me next. That's all they want to do.
So funny.
Me next.
I hate skippers. Like, dude, I have no
Oh,
tolerance for
drives
skippers.
me nuts.
I have no problem saying something too. with
Hey,
skipping.
that's all you hear. Hey, there's a line. There's a line.
I have no problem with
So
that.
this is what they do is this is literally like every time you just see a chick trying to look off in the distance while her cuck boyfriend takes pictures of her by herself.
Oh, dude,
by
it's
the
got to
way.
be the worst.
By
with
herself.
Instagram.
She never takes a picture with the guy. It's always her by herself with this weird distance, like
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying.
have you ever seen that like those black tape video modeling shoots? Have you seen this?
I don't know what that means. No.
Google black tape modeling shoots. So it's these black tape modeling shows,
You can-
like right here. Every one of these videos, these girls will like take these videos of them walking with tape up their snatches, right? And then they'll be like, inspirational quotes, be like, no one believes in you. Sometimes you got to believe in yourself. Sometimes you just never got to give up. Even when it gets hard, you work harder. And then you just see her walking with her chi-chis just bouncing everywhere. Right?
What on earth? But how can it be fashion when it's not something anybody could ever possibly wear?
It's so dumb.
That's not fashion.
And it's just like, go here, click this one right here. Like, it's
This
just,
right here?
yeah. Click it
That's
right there.
Kanye West. Girl
Yeah,
right there.
yeah.
Wait,
It's
that's
just
weird.
so.
I clicked on it and then something else.
Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. He just tapes down their magic.
I mean, how many times can you do this?
He just keeps doing it.
Dude, this is like a strip club, basically. You go to this fashion show, you're just going to a strip club.
That's what Australian bikini model says. Miami Swim Week was too trashy. Of course it is.
If a bikini model is telling
Yeah.
you it's too trashy,
Right.
you probably got some problems.
Right. So the reason I bring this up is because I see these girls who walk and then they love to put inspirational quotes around their tits just jiggling. And they're like, believe in yourself.
Bubble world.
Yeah. So all I saw were hot Asian chicks with their cuck boyfriends taking pictures of them, looking dreamily off into in this inspirational quote, like a sunset, like looking off in the sunset.
Dude, it's so funny you say that because I went to see a movie last night called Past Lives. It's like doing really well with the critics. And it's about this Korean woman who moved over here and she had a childhood friend in Korea that she left when she immigrated with her parents. And then she gets married with this white guy, right? And then her friend from childhood comes back over to see her. They had kind of FaceTimed a little bit over the years.
What's the name of this movie?
It's called Past Lives. And this guy has to basically be cucked while this dude comes over here from Korea and takes his girl out on like dates and stuff. And he's like, listen, the guy came all the way from Korea. So obviously I'm not going to tell you can't go. But
I'd be like, no, you can't go.
yeah, that and the whole movie, like he has to go on like a triple date, like a threesome, and she just turns her back to him and talks to this Korean guy the whole time, while this poor white guy's just sitting here like eating his spaghetti.
Well, isn't that what the video of the guy getting kicked in the nuts? It's like white guys getting cucked everywhere.
And
That's it.
people love this movie, dude. I mean, it's not.
What
a bad
they love
movie,
about it.
It's well made, and it's a lot about fate and like what does it mean to miss an opportunity with somebody? Can you get it back? Can you try again?
And does she leave her
No,
husband?
she doesn't. She ends up with her husband, but he
puts up a lot of shit.
Well, yeah, the idea is he's expected to put up with it. You know, it's not just does he
but
put up with it.
in real life, like if a woman finds out you like follow a Instagram model, she's ready to leave you.
Exactly. And it's clear he would have been an asshole. He even says it. He's like, he's in bed with her, and he's like, I mean, if this was a movie, I would be the white American asshole who's keeping his girl from doing what she wants to do.
It's so funny,
isn't it? I mean, it's just so. I mean, what's the message? What is that message?
Well,
they just want women. Women seem to want a guy to let them do whatever they want, but then they also want a guy who's got like a personality and some force of character.
And what they want, Johnny, is a billionaire with a big dick that doesn't want to fuck supermodels. That's what women want.
Totally.
Right?
Totally.
So
Bubble world.
Yeah, so we went to Bubble World and it was chaos. So anyways, Ninja loves to run. She's just a runner. Mm-hmm. Like if you don't keep an eye on her, she will run. Just run. And run forever. Like she would run away and we would never see her again if I didn't have my just locked on her like a great father that I am. And that's my whole job.
That's terrifying to me.
Half my workout is just I could easily get credit for chasing my daughter
That
around.
scares me to death, dude.
Yeah, that's all she wants to do. She does not care. I am basically shielding any of the outside world from this child.
Would you get a leash, like one of those things?
I've thought about it. I just feel weird.
Yeah, that's how you.
Oh, Johnny, thank you. I wanted to ask you this.
You're welcome. I try.
I want to ask you something. Do you think this is cultural appropriation? Real quick, let me send it to you.
My answer is probably going to be no, because I don't believe in cultural appropriation.
Okay, just tell me. So, yeah, because Tony Rock has a funny joke about how white people put their kids on leashes and their dogs in baby strollers. So I was driving down to do jujitsu, and I saw an incredibly hot black woman.
That's my favorite kind of black one.
Incredibly hot.
Oh, wait. Oh, okay.
having her dog in a stroller. I'm like, is that cultural appropriation? Is she culturally
Should I
appropriate?
put this up on the
yeah,
screen?
put
Do
it
you
on
want
the
me to put it
screen.
up? Okay.
Yeah, and I basically almost caused a car crash trying to take this picture to ask you, is this cultural appropriation?
See, now that's what Sam was talking about when he says it's difficult to do this show. He nearly caused an accident trying to get this
I
photo.
almost died. I almost died. This is it. She's super cute. And
It's
she's,
almost like she's posing for it. Like she's got the
no,
perfect...
that's how good of a, like, look at this guy over here, this Jewish guy's
Oh,
looking
he got
at
caught
her.
looking, yeah.
Yeah,
Dude,
we're all-
Jewish guys love black women.
Yeah, Jewish
Love 'em.
love black chicks.
Love them.
Love black chicks.
100%.
Who doesn't love hot black chicks?
Yeah, no, that's true. But Jewish guys like extra.
Yeah, look at her, dude. She's smoke show, and she's walking her dog in a baby stroller.
That's fully stupid right there.
Right. But, I mean, does that make you think she's not hot? Does that knock it down a little bit?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. To me, it does. Yeah. It doesn't for you?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
But is that cultural appropriation?
No, it's not.
And like, I don't believe in that.
That's funny.
Yeah.
but it's
exa-
not.
I was going to say that for fun with stupid, but she's too hot to be
Are we
that
still
stupid.
doing fun with stupid? We're at an hour.
Okay. All right. We don't have to do fun. We'll do.
No,
we'll
I
do
mean
fun.
it's an hour. I'm just telling you.
Yeah, okay,
We're
so we
trying
got
to
half
keep it
an
to
hour
90
left.
minutes 'cause we just did it.
Yep. So I can save the story for next time and we can get into everything else. What do you
It's
got
up to you, bro.
stories? No,
I mean, I just got one quick thing I wanted to say that's kind of stupid. It'll take like 30 seconds.
okay.
I'll just tell you really quickly. So my girl's out of town. Like I said, been getting so much stuff done
Yeah.
since she's gone. And the only problem with her being out of town is I have to take care of the cat box. So I invented this solution for cleaning the cat box. I just throw the whole fucking cat box away and bought a new one. Isn't that great? I just put the whole fucking cat box in a bag, threw it out, so I didn't have to scoop the poop, out.
Oh, really?
Just bought a new one, put it in there, put some more cat litter in there, and I don't have to worry about it.
And you're just going to throw that out too?
Well, she'll be back by the
Did you get the same color?
same color cat litter.
No, yeah. The cat box.
Oh yeah.
So she won't know it's a new one?
Exactly. Yeah.
That's great.
Isn't that brilliant?
That's the best.
Just threw it out, bro.
Cats are great.
That's
but
what I
the-
did when I was in college, even like a few years ago. I just bought disposable dinnerware. Throw that shit out, bro.
What,
I
you
would
mean,
get
like
the really
plates and
no, I
stuff?
would get like really cheap like glass and metal from IKEA.
Yeah.
And then if I didn't feel like doing the dishes that week, get new ones. They're
Yeah.
like 25 cents a plate.
Yeah,
What's
I got
the problem?
so how often would you throw them out?
What do you? Whenever they got stacked up, I would just be like, okay.
Enough.
Yeah.
Enough.
I mean, sometimes I didn't have a dishwasher in my apartment. My
Do you
old
have one
apartment.
now?
Yeah. Of
Yeah,
course.
that's a night and day, right?
Oh, it's a huge.
Our old
convenience,
place
huh?
didn't have a dishwasher. Yeah, it actually had one. It was called Dana.
Like the next big life improvement for me will be finally going back to having an ensuite washer dryer.
Yeah.
Like, dude, it's brutal having to walk and like go downstairs. We have a little one, like a little room in the
Yeah.
apartment complex. but
Yeah.
There's people there sometimes. It sucks.
Okay. I like it. So Johnny, we don't need to do a fun
Wait,
with
you shit your pants.
Do you
Or
want-
almost shit your pants.
Okay.
We got to talk about that.
All right. All
I mean,
right.
that's the ultimate teaser. You talking about almost shitting your pants.
So part of this thing now, this 75 hard, is that you got to do 2 workouts a day.
90 minutes.
Okay.
90 minutes total is what we agreed
Yeah.
on.
So
Go ahead.
what I would like to, I usually like to do yoga and maybe run for an hour or power walk for an hour.
Run for an hour?
Yeah.
Power walk.
But I decide I'm not going to run because I think it's bad for your
It's bad for your joints. Yeah.
your joint. So I'm going to just walk briskly.
That's what I do.
Right. So, I've been drinking a lot of water. I've been,
That's as hard as anything. Drinking all that
that's
damn
so
water,
hard.
dude.
Just trying to down shit all the
Crazy,
time.
bro.
It's just like, it's like a full-time job.
It really
Trying to
is.
drink a gallon of water is a full-time
Like
job.
I'm alternating arms just to make sure I don't get too
you
overtrained
need a
in
lunch
one
break
arm.
from
yeah.
drinking water. That's what you
Crazy.
need. Clock in, clock out. Right? So Johnny, so I am running and suddenly, dude, I get a walking briskly. I got a mud cat looking for daylight, right? I mean, bad, dude. It's you ever get one of those,
What just hit you all of a sudden?
a blitzkrieg shit where it's like it comes out of nowhere and it's going. The attack is on.
Yeah.
You got shit fast.
Yeah.
There's none of that slow build up where you're like, oh, I might have to take a poop or something like that. It's like, bang! bang, we're in the danger zone.
Barbarians
instantly.
are at the gate, huh?
Instantly, dude. So I'm like, oh man, and I'm clenching my cheeks hard, dude.
How far are you from home?
I'm 2-3 blocks away from walking. Okay.
And every step makes it worse,
So
right?
all I'm doing is that I'm on autopilot walking with all my mental focus on my butthole to clinch this down so I don't shit my. We're in DEFCON 5.
Now, what do you think about the possible constitution of this fecal matter right now? What are you thinking? Like, do you know it's going to be solid or what?
No, I'm not even thinking about that. I'm like,
really?
I cannot shit my pants in my neighborhood.
Is your butthole that loose, bro? That if it's not liquid, it can still come out?
No, I got a tight beehole, bro.
Right, but if you're having to think that hard
Yeah,
about
but
it,
Johnny, sometimes when it's got to go, it's got to go. When you got shit, you got to shit.
You shit a lot, though, right? Like, how many times you shit a day?
2 sometimes.
Yeah, see, I'll have days I don't even shit.
At all?
Yeah.
Well, that's not healthy.
No, like some people do 3 a week. It's what I've heard.
Those people are called crazy people.
No, but I mean that's in the normal.
Those
range.
people are on the verge of death.
It's not true at all.
Okay, Johnny, I'm a shitter. Okay, fine.
Yeah, you're a shitter. Yeah.
Okay, it's not the point of the story. The story is
I
my
don't think that's unhealthy. I just
my butthole's on DEFCON 5.
no.
And
DEFCON it gets worse the lower you get.
Okay, DEFCON 1.
DEFCON 1 is the bad.
Okay,
one.
my asshole's on DEFCON 1.
Okay.
And I'm just focusing all my mental focus on my beehole as I
wish I could have seen you like power walking.
autopilot walking. Everything is on my butthole.
So funny.
So as I'm about to cross the street to make the right to go back to my house, something gets in my shoe. A thorn or something gets in my shoe.
Yeah.
And I step on it and it hurts. And now my mental focus goes to my foot.
Divided.
And what is going on? And I don't even pay attention to my beehole. And now it's go time. And I'm like, no. And now I'm trying to focus back. But here's the problem. This mental problem, I haven't even paid attention. I don't realize I haven't gone right. I've gone left.
Oh no, you're farther away.
I went the wrong way. And the problem is that there's like, it's like there's 3 blocks within this long block. So there's 3 like roads where it's like, it's almost like a ladder, right? But going this way, it's 1 long block going all the way around to go back down.
So you screwed yourself.
I screwed myself, bro. And everybody's outside barbecuing at this moment.
Okay.
No, it's nighttime.
Oh, it's nighttime.
It's like some barbecue, and I'm just power walking, talking myself into today is not the day.
Come on, Sam. Hold on.
Today is not the day.
You could do this.
So I'm
Are
hauling.
you wearing pants?
I am wearing shorts.
Oh, that's good. At least if it just rolled out. You ever seen that video of that guy just shits himself like on a basketball court or something? He just rolls out of his pants. Or no, like in the mall. That's what it is. Have you ever seen that?
No, I don't even want to know about that. I don't even want to know about that. That's so gross.
So what happens, bro?
So I'm walking. I'm power walking. My heart is, I'm like, I'm not going to make it. I'm like, I have to make it. This is how bad it was, Johnny. I'm like, I have no time to pull my keys out.
Oh, no.
Or do any, even have a moment to open the door. I text Dana because I have my phone because I'm listening to Spotify. I'm like, open the door. Open the door. I have to shit.
This is serious, dude.
She's like, what? She texts me back, what? I'm like, I have a mug.
Just get out of the way, bitch.
Get out of the fucking way, bro. And I come in, like, and I see I'm like, I'm like, I think I can make it. I just fly through the door. The dogs are barking. I'm like, no time, Roger. Get out of the way. And I just jump off.
Stiff arms.
And I stiff arm the dogs. I kick Roger out of the way. I stiff arm Pollyanna, and I run, and I just jump and boom, and hand to God, I just make it.
I bet it came flying out of your ass.
Oh,
dude.
just like out my ass, bro.
Like a t-shirt
And
cannon.
it's-
Just
oh yeah. My asshole's like a t-shirt cannon, and then it splashes my beehole.
that sometimes helps with the cleaning.
Yeah, and then I take a long bidet on that one. I did 2 bidets in a row. And I'm just like, I'm trying.
Was it liquid? Like, would it have been a
No.
problem or
No, it was a solid.
Oh, that's
but
good.
it's gotta go. It was like I need out.
urgency, huh?
Yeah, I like.
How good did that feel?
I dropped the kid. Oh, the best, bro.
That's like the ultimate relief,
Bro,
right?
I'm like, oh my god, like I was gonna have so many problems if I was walking down my neighborhood with shit going down my leg.
What's better? Like, okay, say you've been holding it for like a long drive, peeing, and like finally you get the pee, or finally getting to take a shit. What would you say is the better relief? Pee or shit? Like when you've been holding it to the last possible second you can hold it. When is it?
Well,
what
when
do you-
it feels better, it's like piss.
Dude,
when
that
you've
feels
had
good,
it and
yeah.
you just got piss forever.
Yeah.
And like there's sometimes you're like, I got piss in public somewhere, and this could be a felony. It's
gotta happen,
It's
huh?
got to happen.
And LA doesn't care about your gotta happen. Like,
Nope.
they don't want you to pee.
Yeah,
Like, they
I mean,
think
because
people don't
everything
pee.
would smell like piss, but sometimes you got to do
Everything
it.
does smell like piss already. LA.
Yeah,
Here's
yeah,
a newsflash.
yeah. I mean, they say Paris.
So you think pee feels better?
but there's a bigger relief when you're able to shit without shitting your pants.
Yeah.
Right? Right?
Yeah. I mean, I've only ever had that if I was sick. I've never had that in normal life.
What? Where you had to shit so
like
bad?
an emergency, yeah.
You've never had emergency shit?
No, if I was healthy. No. I mean, I can just like say, not today, Satan. And then
Really?
like, wait a little bit.
Wow, Johnny,
It
you
just
have a
goes back.
magical butthole.
It goes back. It's just
the
like,
magical
okay.
beehole of Johnny Woodard. Can
It's
that
just
be
like,
the name
we'll-
of this podcast?
It's like, we'll check in
Episode?
later. We'll check
the
in later.
magical.
I don't know if that'll be good for our.
Yeah, I mean,
for AI.
who knows? But bro,
So watch this guy. You got to remember.
Really
This.
chin scratching off the escalator. My man's dropping nuggets in front of the luggage. And my man here that just wanted to be in and his neutral bullet.
Look
is
at this
gonna
dude.
be
See
Oh
this
my
dude?
God.
With his shorts on, bro.
escalator. My
Watch,
man's
watch.
dropping nuggets in front of the luggage. And my man here that just wanted to be in and out to replace his neutral bullet is going to be thrown for a loop.
oh my
Change this whole
God.
day. Pure fright
You've never
that's
seen
in
this
it.
Oh
He knows what it
my
is.
It's so
He knows
gross.
that first
Look
load
at
hit
this
his
guy
nose,
just
and he don't want to move. You don't know the severity or the level of madness that's underneath you. You can't
guy's
put your hand
hilarious.
down. You got to stay calm, find a leverage point, and push yourself out of there.
What a-
Look at this dude. Look
guy.
at him
He's
just
like
roll
a
out of his
camper,
pants,
a
dude. Look.
runner.
Look
He's
at
used to doing shit like this. There's still questions. What's his underwear setup? How did he know it was going to be a clean drop? Was it premeditated from downstairs? Why not
Yeah,
a
and there's
bathroom? I
something
didn't
about
see
a guy
urgency
who's at a
and
mall
pressing.
with a backpack on is shady.
Yeah, that's weird.
Right? Why are you 40 something with a backpack at a mall?
100%.
Because you're a weirdo. All right.
You're the kind of guy who rolls shit like out of your pants, huh?
100%, Johnny. 100%.
That could have been you, brother.
No, it would never be me. I would never do
Could
that.
have been
man.
you, man.
I've thought about finding a bush and trying to shit,
Really?
but I just can't do it. I
Yeah,
just
I would have
cannot
trouble. And
do
then
it.
what about wiping? Like, how's that work? Okay, we'll start the news now. Okay, here's the news. Boom.
We're in it. This is from the
From the-
Atlantic.
It's a headline here. The racial inequality of sleep.
Yeah, and read what he says.
Black Americans aren't sleeping as well as whites. Here's why that's a public health problem and what can be done to fix it.
What are you talking about?
Well, I got to know what this is about now.
Yeah, I mean, you look it up, bro, and then let's look up who wrote it and what's the chances of this
Brian
person
Resnick.
not looking like Arthur Ashe.
Oh, no. Brian Resnick is 100% a white dude. Let's see.
You think so?
Oh, 100% a white dude. You don't think he's white?
I think he's light skinned.
No, he's white, 100%. Resnick? Yeah, look at him. This is Brian. He's a cuck, dude. Look at this guy. This is
Oh
Resnick.
yeah, look at
This is him
this
right
guy. What a garbage dude.
No, that's exactly what I thought. he
What
would look like.
dude, that guy looks like every dude that's like, okay, if you're gonna make love to her, you gotta look me in the eye though. You gotta look me in the eye.
Honestly, he looks like that guy in that movie I saw. He really does.
Yeah.
Here, I'll show you the guy in the movie. He kind of looks like Joe List.
Yeah, I mean, right there, nope, that's not happening. Sorry, Korean guy.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's
There's
so funny.
there's
it's
no
such a cuck movie.
forehead friendship with my girl.
Do you have trouble falling asleep, Sam?
No,
Me either. I do this. If I hit the pillow, I'm asleep
unless
within
I'm on
a couple
boner
minutes.
pills, then I can never sleep.
I don't have any trouble sleeping at all.
Yeah, I just sleep. I can sleep no problem.
My girl's like, "You having trouble sleeping without me?" I'm like, "Nope."
no, but she's
Not at all.
You should
Not
tell her
at
that,
all.
Johnny. You
I
gotta
didn't.
lie.
No,
You gotta be like,
no, we're not like that. We
Sometimes
tell each
I
other the
reach
truth.
over and you're not there, and I cry.
We don't lie. We don't lie. We don't. She told me that she had trouble sleeping when I was gone, but I have no trouble sleeping with her. I spent enough time alone that I have no problem being alone. I could be alone dude, this doctor that I really like posed this question to somebody on a podcast saying, like, if I could guarantee you eternal life, but you could, once your family and everything died, you just had to be alone for eternity, would you be okay with that? I would bring you like yachts and iPads, any kind of technology you wanted, but you just couldn't be around people. Would you take that? And I'd be like, 100%, bro.
What?
100%.
No
perfect
way.
health, yeah, and perfect like long eternal.
But you couldn't be around people, Johnny? You would lose your mind.
I don't think I would.
What are you gonna do, Johnny, for
I
eternity?
get anything I want, dude.
Yeah,
He
like
said
what?
I could get boating. I go out boating every
okay,
day.
you go boating every day.
I got VR, dude. I can get in VR and just play racing
No, I don't
games,
think
though.
you play around that. I don't think you can play with other people. That's the whole thing. You're not
Well,
allowed
I can
to
play with people that look like people in there in VR. I don't know. It just, I mean, dude, I'm telling you,
You're a weirdo.
that would be a hard no. And it's funny because the guy he asked is like me, and he hosts this really popular podcast on YouTube, and he was like, dude, that's not an automatic no from me. And I'm like, me either, bro. I'm with you.
Yeah. Well, you're a weirdo. I don't even care. Who wants to live for eternity without people? That's so weird.
Which, you know, I mean.
So, Johnny, if you had eternity with nobody or 70 years of the greatest life to ever be lived, what would you take? The greatest life. Like at one point you were Babe Ruth, and then the next thing
At
you
one
were
point I was Babe Ruth.
like you were Babe Ruth or Michael Jordan, good at
Can
something.
I get 90 years?
You get 70.
70? That's not
70 is a
enough
good amount of
years. I
time,
need
bro.
more than that.
70 years.
No, dude.
But you lived the great.
Aren't your
and then
parents older
you
than
go
70?
from
When don't you
go
want
to
them to get more
Michael
than-
Jordan, you go to Brad Pitt, right? Then you become Eddie Bravo, great at
I'll
jujitsu.
take my chances. Doing my own thing, I think. Just give me the eternal life. The thing was,
But here's the thing, Johnny. You live an eternal life with nobody, and the minute you come near somebody, it's like zombie scary to you. You freak the fuck out,
well,
and you
now
have to run.
that's you've introduced some kind of
Yeah,
psychological
that's how it
horror
goes.
element to it. That's not
how
part
it
of the
goes,
thought experiment.
bro. That's how it goes.
Yeah, I don't. They say that black adults fall asleep nearly 11 percentage points behind white with how much sleep they get. Rather, 11 percentage points. I guess it's because they have to work a lot or something. I don't know. Oh, let's see. Both short and long sleep, they're associating it with like death and diabetes and other things, but they don't get as good a sleep quality. It doesn't really say why though. Okay. Like, what are we supposed to do with that information? You know what I mean?
I look, but the title is so dumb.
It is
like
dumb.
there's so much presentation of because that something about black people is different than from white people. It automatically is a racist thing. It could be just
Well, no, black people get all kinds of diseases more than white people, and it's not racist. That's just the
Yeah.
genes, bro.
By the
That's how
way,
it happens.
that's Brian Cal and I screaming at each other today on Conspiracy Social
About
Club.
what?
Because he thinks what RFK said was racist.
Well, I don't even know what he said. I didn't see it.
About it was anti-Semitic about that he said that COVID didn't affect Jews or Ashkenazis or Asians as much as other demographics, and Brian just like and then he starts talking about.
But what he's saying something about that though? Like they didn't take the vaccine.
No.
or what?
But what he follows it up with that there are genetic specific weapons. And then people conflate the two in that he's saying that it was a bioweapon that was made not to affect Jews.
He's calling the vaccine a bioweapon, though.
No, he's calling COVID. See, he has this kind of meshes two stories.
And this is really curious. Okay, I'll have to do some reading on this because, let me see. There's an argument that it is ethnically targeted, he says, specifically against Caucasian and black people. Kennedy can be heard saying in the video. Health officials worldwide have determined that the virus disproportionately killed some groups of people, not because of their race, but because of underlying health inequities. Now, how could they know that? How could they know that?
Yeah.
That's bullshit to me. That sounds like bullshit.
Yeah, I
that
mean,
last
and
sentence.
it's just like, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
you can't prove that what he says
Kennedy's
false.
own sister now threw him under the bus. Like what a piece of crap you are to throw your brother under the bus like that.
They're calling it xenophobic and anti-Semitic. That's like anti-Chinese xenophobic. So funny.
It's so
They're trying to get
dumb.
him any old way they can, aren't they?
And dude, the fact that your own sister threw you under a bus is like unbelievable to me.
I think if he gets a fair shake, he's got a decent shot at really posing a challenge.
Well,
a
you
real
know,
problem.
dude, dude, Biden isn't going to run. He's not going to run.
He's going to run.
No, he's not. They're already telling people he's not.
I think he's going to run.
I'm willing to make a bet.
Really?
Yeah.
You think that he's not going to run?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll bet you on that.
All right, how much? 100 bucks?
I mean, he's already started campaigning. I don't know.
100 bucks?
President Biden announces he's running for re-election in 2024. That's
Okay,
from a
I'm
month
telling
ago.
you, he's not going to run.
Yeah, I'll bet you 100.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right.
I mean, I'm just be paying you out of the thousands of dollars I won against people saying he would win last time
All
by
right,
cheating.
that's fine. You won. I paid you. I paid you.
Right. Let's get into some more news here. Oh, by the way, I just wanted to say one thing. Rest in peace, presumably Bob the cat from the farm. We lost another animal on the
Johnny,
farm.
the murders continue.
Bob has disappeared. We
The
don't know where
murders
he is. He
continue.
may well be alive. He did disappear for a while once before and then turn back up. Unable to turn to the right for a while. He could just only turn to the left, this cat. When he came back the last time he disappeared, I think he got wedged in something and his neck got kind of twisted or something. So, rest in peace, Bob, or Godspeed, wherever you are.
All right. Well, good luck on that, dude.
We love you.
I mean, your literal farm is a pet cemetery of death. Okay.
Why Scientology is absolutely foolish for putting David Miscavige on the front of their ads. Have you noticed that? There are all these ads on Twitter and stuff, and they all have David Miscavige, like one of the scummiest people and slimiest looking people on the face of the earth. He's on the front of all their ads. You know
Like
that
what?
guy?
Where? Show
Like,
me.
there's one right here that's playing on this webpage that I'm looking at. There he is right there. There's David Miscavige.
Yeah, and isn't he on the run, by the way?
I mean, he's the guy that is accused of the most horrible things. You know,
Yeah.
just berating people, stalking people, having
Yeah.
people harassed. There he is.
Yeah. And his wife mysteriously disappeared.
Yeah. That's him.
Yeah.
David Miscavige.
And Gerard Carmichael did a joke about it, and the room got quiet. And by the way, Scientology allegedly is just a Navy intelligence operation. That's why they're allowed to do what they do.
What movie? Oh, that's in. I wouldn't doubt that. I was in the Mission Impossible movie the other day, dude, and Tom Cruise came on the screen doing his thing before, and this old Asian guy behind me just goes, Scientology, and everybody just started laughing in the whole theater. That's all. He just goes, Scientology.
Is he still in it?
Oh, I'm sure he is. The guy like that would never quit something quietly. I think we would know about it. We would know about it for sure. They won't let him quit. No chance. But then this old lady, right after that, everybody got done laughing. She goes, cut it out. It's funny. I love it when people start heckling each other in movies.
Scientology.
All right, let's see what we got here. I love this story. This is from WDRB. And this is something I used to dream about when I was a kid, when I would dig. Did you ever dig in your yard? Just dig, hoping to
Yeah.
find like dinosaur bones
find China?
treasure or something like
Have you ever been like, maybe I can get to China?
Yeah, one time, me and my best friend dug a hole so deep that we were in danger. We could have killed ourselves. It could have just collapsed on us, and we
How
would have
deep
died.
was it, Johnny? 2 feet?
No.
3 feet?
Like we put it. We could disappear into it. We were trying to make like a cave, and then finally his dad came out and was like, "You guys will fucking kill yourselves. This hill will collapse on you. Get the fuck out of here!" And made us cover it up. But I mean, I could have just died.
And then
12 or whatever.
this episode would never have
Yeah,
happened.
I'm sure people would be
Maybe
dead.
maybe that would have been a better timeline.
I'm sure people would just be devastated. It'd be you and who would be sitting here? I wonder. Probably like XG or something.
Yeah, no, actually, hey man, what the fuck, bro?
Have you noticed he started going without his shirt on Instagram?
Oh,
now?
he loves it, bro.
Yeah,
he
he's
loves
showing
it.
off. He's been working
He
out,
loves it, dude.
funny.
Everywhere he goes, no shirt.
It's just all like disabled people who are kind of hot, and then him without his shirt on, being like, "Bro, man, I would hit that,
bro,
bro."
the downs are getting hotter than ever, bro.
Yeah.
They're more. Have you seen the guy who's like shredded?
There's a hot Downs guy.
There's a guy who's like good looking, shredded.
I don't even know how to search for that.
Just look up Downs weight bodybuilder.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
This guy right here?
Yeah, I think so. There's a
he's
bunch
shredded.
of them are just shredded, bro. There's a couple of them. Go down.
I mean, they do have that strength.
Yeah, I know. I mean, how big is that guy? Go down. Yeah, there's a bunch. Oh, that's him right there. That's the one.
Oh, he's
That-
a little guy, too, isn't he?
Yeah, dude, he's like super shredded.
Looks like he's hanging dong, too, bro. Good for you.
Well, dude, they all have big dong.
Is that part of the
that's
equation?
part of the whole. I have a joke about it.
Yeah, it's like that video game thing, right?
You know, I have a joke about special needs people that really crushes. About, you know, I know a lot of people who work with them, and they always love to hug, and then eventually they just try to take it at that point, you know. And it's like, and they got that strength, bro.
Why are you getting so quiet?
Because, dude, we're getting serious topic. Down the special people.
You can't get away.
Special people are great. They're always happy, right? I'd be happy too if everywhere I went, I got cake. No matter what place I get, no matter what place I get a trophy, and I have just like superhuman strength. And if you talk to anybody, this is a joke. You talk to anybody.
It's great.
Anybody that works with them, they're all hung like horses. They are. They're all got big special hammers.
Special hammers.
And here's the thing. They always want to hug, and eventually they're going to try to take it. So here's the thing. This is what I do. Play dead. They'll just slump over, play dead. They'll get bored and throw you away. So that's it's a crusher.
It's like encountering a bear in the woods.
Yeah,
That's funny.
for sure.
So, yeah, I loved to dig when I was a kid. Well, this Kentucky man was digging. He found 700 gold coins buried on his farm, valued at $2 million.
Why can't that ever happen to me?
Isn't that crazy?
Nothing like that ever happens to me.
Louisville, Kentucky. By the way, my dad knows this guy that he doesn't have a lot of family. He's an older guy, and my dad would like take care of his horse's feet. And he said that he told my dad, like, listen, if anything ever happens to me, there's money buried all around my house. Just come and get it. And so there's some old guy that's just buried a bunch of
And
money.
by the way,
in my
anything
dad.
happens to me, I would take that as soon as I go inside, just start digging. That's what I would start doing.
Yeah, what are you doing with it? I mean, what are you saving it for?
What are
this
you
one?
doing? You said if anything happened to me. None of that. Well, you went inside.
That's funny.
I didn't see you anymore. I thought you were dead.
A Kentucky man uncovered buried treasure on his farm. Last month, a man found more than 700 gold coins from the Civil War era in a field. Think about it, dude. If you knew where all the money was, you could just go places around L.A. right now and just find like dead drops that people forgot about from drug deals or like spy shit. There's money everywhere if you just knew where it was, bro.
Yes.
We gotta get an AI that can find out where the money is.
Why? How's AI going to do that?
I don't know, dude. I think if they ingest all the variables, they can kind of build the past. You know what I'm saying? That's the idea.
I love that.
The man found the U.S. gold dollars, gold Liberty coins, and $2.50 coins with the Statue of Liberty's face on it. There are also $10 and $20 coins. All $700 coins are worth around $2 million. The collection, which is being called the Great Kentucky Hoard, comprises coins that date to between 1840 to 1863. Experts said people used to bury their money during the Civil War. The soldiers coming around rummaging through your shit. Yeah, that happened on the street. The street where I was born. People kept diaries on that street, and they write about what was happening around that time. And it was just all Sherman's army came through there on his march to the sea, like north. And they would come through everybody's house, just take all their shit, and head back north.
So Americans were ripping off Americans.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Some bullshit right there.
Yeah. They do say that when he crossed the border, which my county is the first county over the border, he started like telling everybody to cut that shit out because North Carolina was like the last state to leave the Union. You know, they didn't really want to. It was mostly poor farmers in North Carolina, although we contributed more people than any other state. But there's just,
Johnny, you got such pride.
Well, no, it's not pride. It's the state being screwed over because they had nobody, strong representatives. They were just the poor man getting the shaft, having to fight the rich man's war, basically.
Yeah, isn't that every war?
Of course it is. Yeah.
All right. Suck it.
I got a sad story for you here, Sam. You're going to be so sad. This is again from WDRB. Southern Indiana's iconic Butt Drugs announces it's closing its doors after 71 years.
Why is it closing?
Isn't that the best name for Look at Butt Drugs.
I heart Butt Drugs. Is it owned by a man named Butt?
I hope so. After 71 years, one of Southern Indiana's, we should ask Tebow about this, best-known pharmacies is closing.
Why?
Butt Drugs in Croydon notified customers on Thursday that it plans to close on April 29th. This was a decision that did not come lightly, considering Butt Drugs has been serving our beloved. Dude, if I was in high school, this would have killed me living in that community.
And why does anyone go and buy Butt Drugs?
Wrote Katie Butt Beckcourt Oh, she kept, dude. So wait a minute. She got married and kept butt in her name.
Yeah.
Like, what is her problem?
They're proud, and they all probably have fat asses.
They're proud of their butts, man.
Hey, hold on.
What?
Well, that was a while ago. Did anyone come up and buy butt drugs?
She is a third-generation owner of the business that has been a target of more than a few one-liners and customers in the media.
Why don't they sell it? Who wants butt drugs?
This is John Kerry, just helplessly trying to explain his plan.
Dude, I sent you this too. And this is the problem with politics today.
This is the problem with politics. I feel like
This
there's
is
about
a
million
big
of them.
one. There's a lot of them.
Mr. Secretary, in exchange with Mr. Mills, you just testified under oath that you never owned a private jet. Mr. Chairman, I'd like to enter into the record article here from February 15th of 2023.
Can you get where he says it?
The John Kerry family
Can you go
private jet
sooner?
Well, hold on, I
sold
wanna hear the
shortly
article.
after accusations of climate
No, but-
hypocrisy. Mr. Secretary, do you stand by that
he's
testimony
about to
that
talk right now.
you've never owned or
I
your
personally,
family, by your family?
personally, yes,
Listen.
my wife owned a plane and sold the
You
plane.
flew on
That's
that plane.
Lying bastard.
Yeah. He's starting to
not
look
in
like a
number of
Muppet,
years,
by the
but I have
way.
flown it.
Well, he's got big features. You know, like big ears, big chin, big nose.
This article is not then inaccurate, that your family owned a plane, you flew on a plane.
My
Mr.
wife
Secretary,
owned,
Mr. Secretary,
my wife owned
here's
a plane.
here's the issue.
Yeah.
This isn't some kind of partisan gotcha. When we are asking Americans to make serious sacrifices as we transition
He's like, I sold it.
for the common good, and your family and or yourself,
Oh, real quick, dude. First time I went to Washington, D.C., we were in the subway underneath the Capitol.
Yeah.
And John Kerry was rushing to get on, and we were all kind of conservatives back then, you know, like traditional. And we like made sure the doors closed. We didn't try to stop him or anything, you know. We like made sure they closed on him, and it was so funny. He just goes like that and looked at us like really he was pissed off, you know. And it was just the best. It was like the coolest thing. to have when
You
you're in high
let the
school.
elevator close on John Kerry?
No, the subway doors, like the sub. We could have hit the little button to keep the subway doors open, and it was the best.
Yeah, dude.
It was great, dude. That
flying
was like the
around
ultimate
on
rebellion.
private jets, that smacks of hypocrisy. It actually hurts your cause, Mr. Secretary. But I'll move on. I just want to know from a record standpoint.
Afford me the right, at least, to set the record straight here.
Big hands.
I do not fly on a private jet. I do not fly. I fly commercially.
You are
on all of
lying.
my
Private jet since you've
responsibilities.
taken this position.
Just let me just finish. I have flown 5 times in the last 2.5 years on Mill Air, which you also fly on.
Sure.
And or some of you who travel.
Look at her.
fly
Yeah.
on. 5 times.
Yeah.
Otherwise, all of my trips are commercial
Have you
airlines.
flown on a private jet in a personal or official capacity since you've taken this position?
Possibly once.
You're lying.
I don't. I
You can
think.
tell
I
he-
just
he-
don't. I'm
yeah.
trying to think. Of
I
the date.
think you need to take the broader point of how this appears to the American people
But no,
as we're asking them to
100%.
take that.
Let me tell you why.
You
we're
know,
not
you know
asking
these
Americans.
testimonies?
We're not asking Americans not to fly.
You know,
You're trying to create
will.
an unequal thing. We're
no,
not
right,
saying
right.
You
don't
won
fly.
100% are about to.
That's what we're at. You
You didn't even get the beginning of it where he's like, I never have owned a plane. My family's never owned a plane. And there's more and more videos of him being on planes and all that
Do you want me to
stuff.
try to find it? Or is it? I mean, it's
That
like
might-
this
that
is
might be
it's like
it.
7 minutes long. This one.
Yeah, but go to the beginning of it.
One of the most outrageously persistent lies that I hear, which is this private jet.
Oh, so he brought
We
it
don't
up.
own a
That's
private jet. I don't own a private jet. I personally have never owned a private jet. And obviously, it's pretty stupid to talk about coming in a private jet from the State Department up here. It just, honestly, if that's where you want to go there.
You've flown on a private jet in a
Stop.
personal or official
just- I mean,
capacity.
yeah, he
First
brought it
of
on
all,
himself.
I don't know what's more insulting to me. Fucking John Kerry lying about it. Dude, you're married to the people who owns Heinz. You married into the family.
Yeah.
You are skull and bones.
so
we
silly.
all skull and bone. Is it skull and bones? Skull and bones?
Yeah, you say skull and crossbones. That's where you get it wrong.
Okay,
sometimes,
skull and
but
bones. You're that. Okay, you're lying to us. We know you're lying. Everyone knows. But the most upsetting thing to this is that fucking Wells Fargo revenue's doing better than estimated after that bank has effed everybody over and over and over again. Like, what does it take for you not to bank at these scumbags?
Yeah. I mean, proven to be ripping people off, making accounts in their
The
name
former
without their
CEO is
permission.
not allowed to make a living in banking anymore. He cannot do banking. He is not allowed in the industry. That's how much of a scumbag he is. He screwed everybody out. He would make fake bank accounts in your name and then charge you for the interest.
Overdraft fees too, dude. They would let people go months with accumulating overdraft fees before they would tell them. I mean, it's unbelievable.
He's a piece of shit. Dude, look up Wells Fargo scandals, and you'll just see over and over and
endless,
over
yeah.
again new ones. And the ones we're talking about right now aren't even the most important ones. I mean, the most recent ones.
No, they've had so many.
And still, people are like, dude, they're doing better than they thought.
Tells you what it takes for a bank to go out of existence.
I mean, it's just unbelievable, dude.
What is the big Wells Fargo scandal? There's a
fake
bunch of
account?
them.
And then
Yeah.
there's a bunch of them.
Hey, have you ever heard of Martin Lorello, the human owl?
No, what?
It's a real guy. Check this out. Watch this, dude. This is Martin Lorello, the human owl. This is I like to show you history's curiosities every now and then, weird things that have happened throughout history. This guy's one of them. Martin Lorello, the human owl.
Are you trying to tell me he can go?
He can go full exorcist, like with his head.
This man can eat facing away from the table. He's the incredible man with the revolving head. Part human, part owl, who can say? He squirms, he twists, he wriggles like a reptile, and voila! Joe Ladello is one of the few people in the world who's actually seen what his back looks like without looking in a mirror. And with this point of view, he's got perfect 20/20 hindsight.
Look at that, dude.
Meet the man with the rubber physique. With his double-jointed shoulders, he ties himself in knots. He whips his arms
That's
like
the
a
same
whirling
guy.
No,
dervish.
that's
He
a
makes
different
them
guy.
twist and twirl like spaghetti
He's
on
just
an
like-
egg beater.
Oh my
And
I don't.
he
That gives me the willies looking at that. But
Just
the guy with the
imagine
head.
if they had jujitsu if this guy was around,
Oh, dude, yeah.
he would be choking out everybody.
You think you got him, but he's actually got you?
Yeah. He's like, oh, you think you got my back? I got your back.
That ain't even my back, bro.
Okay, guys, great show.
Oh, we're almost done here. Hold on. I think. Oh yeah. XG wanted us to show this video right here. So this was in Atlanta in a nail salon, and this guy comes into this nail salon.
Oh, I love this. It's so hilarious.
with a gun, thinking he's about to scare the shit out of these
Yeah,
ladies.
he's like, I got a gun. This is the best.
These chicks are just all sitting around, mostly
Everybody
Asian.
get down! Give me all the money!
He's got the gun in a bag if he has
Give
it.
me all the money! Yeah! Where's the money? Give me the money! Where's the money?
Where's the money?
Everybody
I need
give
the
me
money.
everything! Where's the money?
And they're just ignoring him, dude. They ain't giving him shit. Look, dude, everybody's just like,
Does he even have a gun or does he have a bag?
he's got his hand in a bag. He just walks out. He's like, shit.
Dude, if I was them, I would give her so much shit because she ran out.
Well, maybe she went
When
to
you
call the
sleep more
police or
deep-
something. But that was like the worst. Is that the worst robbery attempt ever?
Yeah, it's so bad.
I mean, that
there's
was
been-
pathetic.
There's been worse. Dude, look at that, Johnny. Did you just see
I
that?
didn't see it, was it?
We just talked about sleep,
Oh,
and there was a sleep ad.
Oh, was there? I didn't see it.
Did you see that?
No, I didn't notice it.
Guys,
Hold on. No, we're not.
I
quite
just
done
want
yet.
to say one thing.
Oh,
We
okay.
just added a date to the
okay.
calendar. Tinfoil Hat will be in New York City at the Cutting Room. I want to thank Luis J. Gomez and for making that happen. Hold on, I'm gonna say who else helped with that. Oh,
A few days
go for it. Start it. Here we go.
This is.
ago,
Remember I
found
told
out that
you
not everyone has
about
an internal monologue.
It turns out that maybe half of people don't have an internal
Yeah.
monologue. They don't have. So this guy sat down with a coworker of his who does not
Ralph
have an
Sutton, real quick. I wanted to say thank you to Luis Gomez and Ralph Sutton for helping us get the Cutting Room floor for the Tinfoil Hat Comedy Night. And that is going to be August, I believe, 13th. That's a Sunday. We're giving one ticket, 2 shows. Go check it out.
Okay, and then so it's this video and then a picture we'll end with. But this guy interviewed a coworker of his about this. This is a while ago, but I just encountered this the other day, and I thought it was really interesting to hear what it's like to not have an internal monologue. So here we
So
go.
that not everyone has the ability to speak in their brain. And the first person that I asked if they could do it was her, and turns out she can't. So I asked a bunch of people to ask me questions so I could ask her so she could try to make light of this wild
is so-
situation.
so
like, if you look,
interesting.
like I could look at myself in the mirror, talk
Right.
in my head without opening my mouth. You physically can't do that.
No.
And what would happen if you tried to do that?
I have tried to do that since learning that an internal monologue exists, and I end up speaking out loud to myself. So most of my conversations are out loud.
I feel like this information to the people that can think in their head is a
Well,
lot.
think about it, dude. She can't think words in her head without them coming out of her mouth.
Well, I do. I just thought to myself, this bitch is crazy.
Yeah, but you didn't say it.
Right.
Yeah.
But I do talk to myself a lot. So I have that aspect of her.
No, but that's what she's.
No, I know. But I do
More,
have.
like exciting news. I've talked to a few people that can't do this, and they seem less enthused as the people that do have this internal monologue.
Correct.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm very confused as to why people are so perplexed
All right,
by
so
it.
the probably most requested question was, how do you read? Like, when I read, I hear the words in my head. I don't know how you could possibly read without not hearing the words.
When I read, I can see the sentence structure. Like in my head, every sentence has a shape, so you can see like the shape of the sentence. And then also like keywords will pop out, and I can file those away into my like concept map. So at the end of reading something, I can have a concept map of the main
What
topic.
is she
that I read
talking about?
And I tend to move my lips when I read. So like essentially, I'm saying it out loud, but it's just not like audible.
So, do you visualize the setting when you're reading a book?
No, it's not like images. It's just the words.
So, do you
doesn't
like
make
reading
any
fiction
sense.
books, like where you have to put yourself in a situation?
I never really enjoyed reading,
At
and
all?
I think maybe that's why. Like I can see the story plot.
Are you a fast reader?
Yes, very fast reader.
We could have a 100-question test. She's done when I'm on question 12. I'm not even kidding. It is superhuman. It's not fair. How do you know what you're thinking if there's no words?
Because I can see it.
I think that's why this whole thing is going viral, is because people like me can't understand how you get through a day without talking to yourself.
I don't know. I just feel like the information is in there, and I can pull it forward if I wanted. Like it's all just like it's like files. There's categories of
Isn't this
information in my
weird?
head, and I can pull them. into a
I
spreadsheet
don't
if
know.
need.
She
But
I feel like I could do that.
is
if
like
I'm
when you're
studying,
doing
pull
like
things
I
up.
think she's
But just like if I'm
getting
sitting and,
super
like, I have a thought, or
technical
someone is, like,
about
walking
it.
by and I
No,
have a
but
thought
she's
about that
saying
person,
she doesn't
I'm,
like
talking
she
to
never
myself
talks to
about that.
herself
Just
like
don't
in
know
her
how to
head,
do it.
not like when she's missing something, she's never in her head like where the fuck are the keys? Like that never happens to her. She can't.
if
do
I have
that.
a thought, normally I say it out loud.
I can't do this. Do you daydream often?
No, never, hardly ever. I can't think of a time that I've daydreamed. I don't think.
Do you dream at night?
Yes,
And are they normal dreams? Do you hear dialogue in those dreams?
I don't think so actually.
Do you enjoy being alone? I like this question.
Yeah, I do.
So like if you don't have anything in front of you, like no stimulus.
Anyway, I just thought this
what
was
is going
bizarre.
on?
No, it is weird.
Oh, I always
It's
have to be doing
very
stuff.
weird.
Like if I'm alone, I'm cleaning, I'm cooking, I'm like watching Netflix, I'm studying.
Like
hardly
hold
ever-
on.
like, I
When
don't-
you're cooking, you don't go, okay, this needs some
Yeah.
parsley.
Yeah.
Like you don't say any of that.
If she did, she would
I
have to
think
say
she
it out
has a
loud.
weird concept of what's talking to yourself. I think she has a different form of it. And I think like visualizations of things, because what she's saying is when she reads something, she visualizes the word. That to me is a form of talking to yourself.
She said no. She said she sees the sentence structure is what she said, which is just and she goes on later in this to talk about like she sees things grammatically. It doesn't make any sense. Anyway, if you want to see that, it's a Q&A with a person who does not have an internal monologue. I recommend it. It's weird. All right, so then there was a viral. Thought we'd leave everybody with this. It's kind of cute. We're going short today just because we just did one a couple days
Oh, we've
ago.
gone long, Johnny. Don't you worry about that.
I mean, we're not even going to get to 2 hours. So there are. I told you I went to see Sound of Freedom last week on the last
you
episode,
did.
and have you heard about the conspiracy theories coming out around this? And
Yes.
I kind of believe them because one of them happened to me. Here we go. Conspiracy theories involving viewer suppression of the film Sound of Freedom continue. This is from Newsweek. Even as the film was top 3 in last weekend's gross box office. The film was produced by indie company Angel Studios and stars Jim Caviezel as Tim Ballard, a producer on the project who in reality left his position as a former Homeland Security investigations agent to start the anti-child sex trafficking organization Operation Underground Railroad. So here's what people are saying. Not only are they suppressing the box office, but there was a fake story going around. This woman says, there was something that got passed around on social media that turned out to be fake. It was a woman saying, I work at AMC and I just got fired for refusing to add this liquid to a customer's soda. Now this rings to me as more of like psyops. This is a psyop. We were instructed specifically to serve this to Sound of Freedom audiences. I'm a microbiology student and took it to the lab to examine and found what looks like nanobots inside.
So you're saying this isn't real? It turned out to be
but all the
real.
images she shared were just images that were elsewhere on the internet, like predating this.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so-
well, you know, Johnny, did we get in this before about how there's people out there that grift on this stuff?
We talked about it a little bit. Like I was asking you last week, like why you think people do that?
It's for clicks and views. It's like
Well, you said last week you think it's to discredit.
Well,
people.
I also believe there's some intelligence. I'm not saying this chick is
think
necessarily intelligence, but there is intelligence at work to cause nonlinear warfare.
Chaos. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's what the dark force is chaos. We know that. And any way they can establish chaos, they're doing it. But and I think it's meant to discredit the very real claims, one of which I experienced. Here's one example. A TikTok user who had exited a screening of the film said there were shenanigans going on as part of his viewing. AMC, I don't know what's going on, but first off, the AC was out when I went to watch the movie. That was my experience too, dude. AMC, there was no air conditioning in this screening that I went to. It was really hot in there. It was really hot.
It's very
and
crazy.
I've never had that happen
it's
before.
so weird.
And the AMC we were in is the crown jewel for AMC, the one at Century City. It's the nicest AMC in the country, probably, as far as the screen, this technology they have there. And they didn't have the AC on. Bizarre.
So my fiance and I just watched the movie Sound of Freedom that exposes sex traffickers.
Hey,
and do you want to tell them what happened in the movie theater?
All right, AMC, I don't know what's going on here, but first off, the AC was out, like, when we went to watch the movie, and I'd seen someone else post something, too, that also saw it at an AMC, and their AC was out, and, like, as soon as we walked into the theater, it was hot as heck.
I
The
literally
AC
brought a
was out.
sweatshirt, and I was, like, sweating.
And then we realized, like,
Take it off,
it took us a while to actually realize it, but they didn't turn the lights off.
They literally had the lights
They
on.
kept the lights on the entire movie.
Who does that?
Like,
They don't want you to see this movie.
they were
Anyway, interesting. A lot of stories like that coming around the country. If you go on Twitter, they're everywhere. Conservative Matt Wallace, who has 1.1 million followers, tweeted, Hollywood desperately tried to block this from theaters. Other claims include that they're suppressing attendance for Sound of Freedom. Yesterday, we showed the movie 3,000 times at our 570 theaters, and more than 100,000 people watched it at AMC theaters. Misinformation on Twitter is astonishing. That's what a representative of AMC said. So, is it bots or haters? He said, but I can tell you that in my limited experience, they did.
They fucked with you.
Yeah, they fucked with me. Yeah, and then I saw this, and I was like, damn.
Yeah, it's like really sad. And
I could see it being like something they're doing on a local level, just to try to like disrespect that audience. Maybe.
but it sounds like it's happening on a national level. And it's crazy because AMC is so dumb because nobody's going to movies. You finally have a movie everybody wants to see, and you're trying to make it miserable. But all this is about getting you not to go to the movies. I mean, they don't want you go, dude, they want you locked in your house. I'm convinced, bro, this is what all of this stuff on planes is about. All these people freaking out, they don't want you flying.
They're making it miserable. All right, here's the last thing. We're just ending with this. Have you seen this going viral? It's just AI images of Zuckerberg, and I just thought it was kind of cute. Zuckerberg and Elon Musk, these have been going viral. Look at them just holding each other, loving each other.
Wow, I mean, AI is getting better, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, that looks almost realistic.
It's called
Almost-
happy ending is what it's called. It's
Yeah.
just those two guys just holding
I mean,
hands on a
like,
beach, jogging
what do you
down a
think's
beach
going to
there.
happen with Twitter?
What do you mean?
Like
It ain't going anywhere. He's got too much money. He won't let it fail. Now, I could see him eventually saying, like, they're fucking with this too much. You know, it's not worth my time anymore, and selling it, and then it'll just end up being back the way it was.
I think it's already the way it. I mean, dude, like I said,
See,
I had
it's been good for me.
I had a tweet get to 1 million impressions, 3 million exact. I haven't even gotten close to that. Now,
Have you been just as creative as you were with that one tweet?
I've talked mad shit.
Talk mad shit. Okay.
And I just feel like it's on lockdown now. And I was talking to somebody about this, about what's going on with comedy right now. Have I talked to you about this?
No.
And that why we are in what I call our anthem rock.
Oh, yeah, you talked about this briefly on Cash Days, but not on this show. Go ahead.
We're in an anthem rock phase of comedy right now, more than ever. Now you've always heard Bill Hicks talking about, like I can barely sell, 100 tickets here, and they're draining, they're putting more seats in the Grand Canyon for Carrot Top. Now I saw Carrot Top live. He's a master what he does.
Yeah, he gets a bad rap. Yeah,
but there is no really huge political comic right now. I mean, really. Like, there's some podcasts, like obviously Rogan and stuff, and Dave Smith's doing some great shit, and Joey and Jimmy Dore is doing some great shit, but they are not at the level. And I watched Jimmy Dore's special. It's as good as anything you've ever seen. And I'm putting it with Hicks and Carlin and all that. I'm not lying.
Did he produce it himself?
Yeah.
Where did he put it? On his website?
On his website. He can't put it on YouTube. But because the thumb of tech is on who is getting seen and who is not, and what they are promoting, like these guys are all funny, but it's anthem rock. Do you understand?
Absolutely,
it's what I call Nickelback comedy, which is broad strokes on things we've all heard before.
Yeah, I mean, you say Nickelback. I'm thinking more like, I don't know, like Whitesnake. But yeah, I get what you're saying.
No, but like Nickelback is like, I let the party rule the world. Things are great. I'm a man. Like that. Everybody you watch is like, I'm a Mexican. This is how I do. And like, it's all like this stuff.
That's a great song, Sam.
This is all like, you've heard all of it. Everything's been said a thousand times.
Is that just the phase we're in, or is that more to do with what's being put forward, you think?
It's the phase we're in because that's what's being allowed to be...
Rise to the top.
That's what's being amplified.
Yeah, I mean, but we have some friends that are doing... I mean, you have some friends, like people that you know that are doing really well in this system.
They're great. I mean, this isn't like these people are bad people. I'm just saying that the comedy right now that is flourishing is very much anthem rock.
That can't be a permanent state, though. Comedy's always changing. What do you think's next?
Well, I don't know what is next because I really don't. It's going to be.
It's hard to say.
Now, here, I want you to say, I think comedy's going to get better than ever.
You do?
Yes.
Well,
I do.
I mean, in a way, it already is. You just have to know where to find it, right?
Well, it's just like you have to just keep working harder. But like the thumb on the balance of who gets is like so obvious right now. Who is getting amplified and who's not getting amplified. It's so obvious right now. Like dating sketches are getting like blown up, and they're just like the most basic of comedy, and they blow up these huge numbers.
They crush on like TikTok and Facebook. Maybe this whole thing does need to be remade.
It's going to be interesting how it goes. I have my own insecurities, my own problems with the industry. It's not based on merit, and again, it's like the thumb of exposure. They're putting their thumb on the scale of the scale of exposure has created this kind of false reality. And it's as the industry begins to die, you see all these people running to podcasting, and they got to use all these, a lot of people aren't making it. You see them start podcasts, it just ends because their numbers aren't real. And there's also because just you're big in stand-up does not mean you're going to be big in podcasting.
Why do you think that is?
It's a different medium. It's just a different way of presenting comedy. I think stand-up to me is the most limited. It's magical, but it's the most limited. And I was having a conversation with a comic the other day about this. The minute you make people think, it's going to be a smaller laugh. It just is.
Because they're out of the flow, you mean?
Because they're thinking about what you're saying. They're digesting it. You have to give them a second. But when it's what I call plug and play, And it's, again, this anthem rock shit. There's no thinking.
Oh, so you have to choose whether you actually want to like leave them with something or you just want to make them laugh and roll the laughs, right? Is that what you're saying?
It's just a different style of comedy. It's just like I'm.
But what do you? I mean, I think of you as a very like loud, sort of aggressive rock and roll type of guy. Where do you fall on that spectrum?
Yeah,
do you
but
think?
dude, I'm not like the comic that is like.
Oh, those are your new shoes, bro? From
$20
from Ross?
shoes.
From Ross. Show
Yep.
the camera your what Reeboks? Those are Reeboks, aren't they?
Yep, $20 shoes. It's just like it's the anthem. I don't. It's
Think
just,
about yourself though. Where do you think you fall on that spectrum?
So I've broken down the comedy into 3 types of comedians.
Yeah, we've talked about this. Yeah.
Yeah, clowns, shit talkers, outlaws. I think I'm an outlaw.
Okay.
Shit talkers are like Rogan.
But where do the hair bands, like the anthem
Clowns.
rocks, where clowns really?
Clowns.
Okay.
And there's nothing wrong with it. It's not bad, and it's some funny stuff. But it's like in this time of chaos, and you're not discussing any of it. And I know we're not all political comedians, and that's okay. But the world is on fire, and humanity is in the balance, and some people just want to be the band on the Titanic. And there's a lot of money, there's a lot of prestige in that. And I respect it. And maybe there's a part of me that's super jealous of that because I can't do that. I must rage against the dying light. That's what I have to do. I have to rage against the dying light. Because at the end of the day, I just, everyone's always like, Tripoli, your day's coming because you're the only one who's been in front of all this shit going down. Maybe, but it's probably not, because it's going to either be like it goes on or it's going to get there's going to be no stand up and it's all going to be nuts, right?
It's funny because you like to incite that poem, Raging Against the Dying of the Light, but it's about, not wanting to die. It's about fighting death. That's what that's about. Not going easy into that good night, not
right.
But you don't seem like you don't fear death at all. You don't really. Like,
no, I don't fear death.
You don't.
I fear there is a death going up there and doing comedy that's not authentic to me. That is a death.
That's like a fate worse than death for you.
That for me, 100%.
Yeah,
I have this saying, and me and Steve Randolph would talk about this all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Not all clean comics are assholes, but most asshole comics work clean.
Yeah, I've heard you say that.
Because it's a business thing, right? They're making business decisions, and then later on, it's not them, and they get trapped.
There's this old saying: the coward dies 1,000 times, and the brave man dies only once.
That's why. I'm not judging anybody's act. I really am not. I think everybody has to do what they're happy with.
It depends on what you want too, though. I'm sure they're plenty. If their goal was just to have a successful career, when that's a lot of people, that's all they want.
Yeah, that's clown shit.
Yeah,
but I mean that, and clown is not bad.
No, you mean like entertaining people and just being
like
silly,
clowns just want the laugh. That's all that matters is the laugh. That's all they want to do. They just want to make you laugh. Yeah. And
who's the best clown? Who is that?
I don't get into that because it has negative connotations to it.
Well, no. But like, just give me somebody from the '80s and like somebody that from the classic era of clowns.
Carrot Top.
Carrot Top. Okay. Is he an '80s guy? Really? Is he that old?
Dude,
is Seinfeld a clown? He's a clown, right?
Seinfeld is 100% a clown.
Yeah, okay. He's a classic, like,
but
clown
he's got
guy.
some shit. Well, all comedy is a little shit talking, but the shit talkers are like Dice, right? Yeah. Joe Rogan, Bill Burr. Those are shit talkers. Outlaws, Doug Stanhope, Joey Diaz. To me,
where do you put Hicks?
Hicks is a shit talking outlaw. George
I love to throw these at you.
George Carlin was seen as a shit talker, but he really was an outlaw. That was accepted.
God, he's so funny. He's so funny.
Yeah.
I have that box set, all my stuff. I used to listen to it all the time.
Yeah, they're all great, bro.
But I mean, really, his voice would have been fascinating to hear what his take. I mean, he would have been all wrong on Trump. 100% he would have been wrong on Trump. But I think he would have been
his whole thing was like they all suck.
He would have been grilling these Democrats. So he would have been destroying all this PC
Well,
shit.
I mean, towards the end, you hear him on Bill Maher, and he's like, I don't care about any of them. And he's so right at that moment. And I remember going, "Oh, dude, Bill is not enjoying this." But I understand.
Oh, he's come a long way.
I go, "Hey, man, I get what he's saying." Even that long ago, I get what he's saying. It's all bullshit.
And dude, he was only like, you saw him during that interview, and he looked like he looked like 80. You know, remember that last special?
Well,
he's
my
all
biggest
hunched
problem
over
with how people
And
viewed.
he died at 71, but he was all hunched over.
Oh yeah,
Remember that?
Well,
How bad he looked at him?
he lived a crazy life.
Oh,
for
he lived a
very
hard
long
life,
time,
bro.
For a very long time.
Hard life, hard drinking, hard drugging.
Yeah. And he could never really get sober. I think he wanted to, and he just couldn't do it.
Yeah, his soul was too troubled. You can see that. From
And
that documentary.
and this is something I work on very hard. I think when you always see the world through shit-colored glasses, it wears on your soul.
Yeah, it's almost a burden you're taking on to kind of
So
get that art, right?
very much like a big part of this show. And we start to creep more and more into conspiracy, which is fine because people enjoy it. But a big part of this show for me is to be able to talk about stuff outside of conspiracy.
Yeah, I mean, to me, the show is just anything we would just be talking about. You know what I mean? Like in life.
Right. Which
is sometimes conspiracy and sometimes not. You know.
And there is, I mean, from my point of view, there is a little bit about trying to play a little ball with YouTube so they don't hate us.
Yeah, we have to.
Because if you're, I mean, it's just, if you're off of YouTube, you are in just.
It's the front porch. Yeah.
It's just gone.
Yeah,
it's just Main Street.
Yeah, it's Main
Street. And you know, it's like when they tell me like, oh, your show on TikTok is doing really well. And I go, okay, here's another thing that isn't under the U.S. government thumb that's just won't allow me to get anything going. And it's like, sometimes I go, man, is it really shadow banning? Or maybe I'm just not good. You know, I just want to be honest with you. Maybe I'm just not good. But then I start to go, the two places where there's no government censorship, I thrive.
Yeah.
Which we've
done.
done.
There's no doubt that the shadow banning exists. We know that now because of Twitter files. I mean, it's 100% a reality.
Right. It just sucks. It just sucks. But I don't know. The other day, I just had this kind of glow come over me that things are about to change.
I like that. All right, one more story here. A British nurse lost her job
I'm done, Johnny.
After the hospital learned she had maintained an affair with a patient for over a year, ending when the man died following a sexual encounter with her in the hospital's parking lot in Wrexham, Wales. The man, known as Patient A, great name, was receiving dialysis, and he died of a heart attack following their late-night meeting in January of last year. Penelope Williams, 42, failed to call an ambulance after the patient collapsed in the back of his car. Patient A died from heart failure and chronic kidney disease triggered by a medical episode. So that's what having sex with this hot nurse did to him. It triggered a medical episode, and instead of calling 911, she instead called a colleague, and that colleague urged her to immediately call an ambulance. Isn't that wild?
I just paid. Well, here's the whole thing. How good of a pickup artist are you when you're picking up ass
at dialysis?
Dialysis.
Here she is, right here.
Oh my! And you're picking up hot chicks.
Yeah.
Well, we only see her face.
We also see her child in the background.
Which means she puts out.
Yeah, I mean, come on, dude.
Okay, I've been going too long. I really got to go to bed.
Yeah, let's go.
I had a long day today. Listen, go check out samtripoli.com. New date going up. And yeah, man, I appreciate it. And we will talk to you soon. Take care, everybody.
Bye, everybody.